From downtown, this is Tim Kitzer from NBA Jam, and you're listening to NintenDomain Podcast. Boom shakalaka!
This week on NintenDomain, we're going to talk all about the Indie Showcase, Drag and Drive, and all the other demos that came out.
There must be 50 ways to make an indie.
I've got so many happy points.
I'm definitely excited to talk about UFO 50 and all that, which we'll get to. Which we'll get to. Welcome to NintenDomain Podcast, episode 484. We are your hosts. I'm Trey Demolicious Johnson.
I'm Jeremy Shrieked in Pain Mikowski.
I'm John Plugged Into Adventure Knitter.
That sounds like something from the Indie Direct, which happened the day after we recorded last week. So, late to the party, but at least this one's a lot shorter than the last one that we talked about. But I guess we'll start off the show and, go through that. I watched it, I had a doctor's appointment, and I, pretty much watched it in the car on the way there. I mean, I didn't watch it. I, put it on the speakers and listened to it while I was driving to the doctor, so I wasn't really paying a whole lot of attention to it. But, I mean, I watched it a couple more times, and I watched it today, and I watched the Japanese one today also, just to remind me about what happened there. I mean, Indie Directs are really hard to predict. We talked about, we talked about our, John made a bingo card, but it's I was thinking about us. I was there's maybe two that I could have gotten on this, but everything else was brand new. So it's there's a lot.
I got a big fat zero on my
maybe three, if I was really creative, but
yeah.
I don't think I would have gotten the other one. But I mean, it was it was fine, I guess. There was some really cool stuff that came out of it, or one big cool thing that came out of it. But yeah, let's just go through it like we normally do. The show starts off with Mina the Hollower, the new Yacht Club game, which I'm very excited about. Did you play the demo at all, Jeremy?
I did.
Yeah, me too. I played it all the way to the end. Did you make it all the way through?
I didn't make it to the end. I made it to a boss that kicked my ass a few times, and then I sort of gave up.
It's a lot more challenging than I thought it would be. It definitely even before that, some of the I died pretty often, and it's it has a lot of Shovel Knight vibes in there. The same sort of thing where you lose your shit and then you can come back and get your shit if you don't get killed again. The very much the the Dark Souls type of stuff. But interesting thing, if you download the Switch 2 version of the demo, you can play it in 120 FPS in the options if you switch it on. So this is the only American released game as of right now that has 120 FPS.
I tried it and I didn't notice a difference.
Yeah, well, I was watching an impressions video of it from Switch Up, and they were actually saying that there were issues if you didn't switch it to 120, that it would stutter, if it was in 60. Oh. But I switched it to 120, but it still said 60, in the menu. So I don't know. I was is that a TV thing? Can I not do 120 because I don't have a HDR TV or whatever? Did you see that too? You can, in the options, you switch it to 120, and it'll say 1080 by 1440 or whatever, and then it'll still say 60. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what that means. But I mean, regardless, it was smooth enough for me. I didn't have any issues with it, and it didn't feel like it slowed down at any point. I mean, it's it's supposed to look like a Game Boy Color type game, so it's not really. It's not really graphically intensive.
Vital that you need to have 120.
Right.
Yeah, but I mean,
there's a lot going on screen, but
that's true. Yeah,
the style is very reminiscent of that era.
Yeah, I mean, I liked the game a lot. I thought it looked really cool. It was a lot harder than I thought it would be. There was a couple bosses. There was a boss that I got to that was kind of hard, but then there's a big boss after that later, and that's where the end of the demo is. But it was good to fuck around with, and Mina the Hollower it's more of an RPG than Elliot is. You actually can level up in this game, so where you can in Adventures of Elliot. So I just wanted to point that out there. But no, I mean, I'm excited about it. It's coming out in October. You know, it looks nice. Soundtrack, I noticed right off the bat, Jake Kaufman, who did the soundtrack for Shovel Knight, but also Yuzo Koshiro is involved with it as well, with Streets of Rage fame. So, you know, he's a legend.
Seems to be doing a lot these days. Seems like he's popping up on a couple different soundtracks.
Well, I mean, he's a fucking legend. That's why he's kind of, you know, he's made his name out there. So, I mean, why not? Fucking call that guy, you know.
This is a pretty big thing to get on.
I mean, Yacht Club Games, like they did so much with Shovel Knight, and that was like all they did for so long, and like them having a new game is like a pretty big deal. So, I mean, Mina the Hollower is not a bad thing to be a part of, you know. Like,
does it explain what a hollower is?
That's what your mouse is, I guess.
Yeah.
It starts off with you like getting a letter that calls you the Hollower or something like that from somebody, but. I mean, I felt like a little bit of, you know, kind of Castlevania vibes, even though it's like top down, but it still kind of felt like that sort of Metroidvania or whatever stuff. And you can jump, but you can go underground and like burrow and jump up under stuff. And right at the beginning, they let you pick 3 different weapons, which is really cool. So you get like, I don't know what you did, Jeremy. I ended up, which one did I get? I got the middle one. I got like the mace, I think. Oh yeah, I got the mace because it just looked like a whip, like from Castlevania. That's the one that I used. Is that what you used, or did you use like the hammer or the swords?
I use a sword.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I tried the hammer first, but it was kind of slow, and I was like, well, you know, maybe I should go for the other one. And the sword and the mace kind of felt like sort of similar. Maybe the sword was quicker, but no, it's really cool, and it's definitely worth checking out. Like, it's
a nice meaty demo. I'm happy about that.
Yeah, it's probably a couple hours, like something like that. I watched the Japanese direct, and Mina the Hollower was in a montage. It did not get the opening segment. Like they just went right past it. It was real quick. They didn't really.
What was the opening for the Japanese?
It was a different game that wasn't on the American one. It was it was one of those wobbly games, you know, where you like can't control the character. I thought I'd seen it before, but I didn't. Yeah, I didn't necessarily recognize it. But I mean, yeah, I don't like those games. So I was like, whatever. And I thought maybe it was already out, you know, because some stuff comes out later. And UFO 50 wasn't even in the Japanese one, so maybe that just isn't coming out yet. I don't know.
Maybe they just don't care.
How close does Mina the Hollower stick to Link's Awakening?
I don't know. I don't think it feels like Link's Awakening.
I don't think it does either. It's a little bit more action based.
You would agree that the look of it and, you know, the way the character moves and the flips and all that stuff.
Oh, for sure.
Does feel inspired by Link's Awakening.
Oh yeah, I mean, because I thought that it was supposed to be inspired by like Game Boy Color type things, but it looks better than I think most Game Boy Color games looked. But that's kind of, I mean, you could say that, but I really don't think it's like a Zelda-like or whatever. I think it's its own thing. Like it doesn't really. I don't know. I think it's different enough that I'm not like, oh, this is exactly like this game or whatever. You know, like it kind of reminds me of Castlevania with its like horrorness to it and all that, but it feels like its own thing. And I don't know. I'm excited about it. I think everybody should give it a try and see if you can get that 120 FPS working. I don't know.
October 31st for that one.
Yeah, it's end of another October. It's October, September still. You know, that's seems to be their thing for all of these. October, September next year, or today. You know, that seems to be how it goes.
That should be a pretty nice title to have, you know, on Halloween.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's definitely got the feeling for for that time. If you want to get into it or whatever.
So you think they're just going to make Mina the Hollower type spin-offs for the next like 15 years?
Yeah, right. I don't know. Wobbly Life is what it was called, John. That was what it was at the beginning. I knew it was wobbly. It was in the name even.
Yeah. You have me with the title.
Wobbly Life.
What's wrong with Wobble Lives?
Haven't even heard of it. I don't know. It looks like one of those games that's hard to play and it's funny. I don't know. I could never get into those games.
Oh, like
Octodad, yeah. Like or what was the other one? Human Fall Flat or whatever, like those type of games.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, that was the Japanese one. But yeah, moving on from there, Well Dweller. I mean, that one looked kind of cool, I guess. I don't know. Any thoughts? On
another Metroidvania? It says the premise is basically like you got a save bird kind. There's like a bird theme to it, and it looks a little bit like Nightmare Before Christmas, like Tim Burton's sketches for that movie or something like that. That's kind of the vibe.
Oh yeah. That's the one that really had. Yeah, I mean, one of the many. I mean, there's a few games on here that have like, you know, October horror feels to it, and this one had had a pretty cool, had a cool art style from what I liked. And yeah, the one of the bosses looked very much like Burton-esque, I guess.
Mm.
Back when he was a good director.
Yeah, I would say it looks interesting. But I don't know, but with Metroidvanias, now you gotta like really sell me on something different about it. And it didn't stand out to me. Besides, the art style looks kind of cool and all that, but it looks like to be, a typical Metroidvania. Otherwise,
The good thing about a Metroidvania is like it's probably still going to be fun, but every once in a while you're going to get a really really good one. So every time a new one's coming around, I'm like, maybe this is the one.
Yeah, it's some of them. Some of them they don't really take hold.
Like Animal Well. Animal Well was probably the last great Metroidvania I played.
Yeah, you played that one a little bit, just a tiny bit, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this is another one for next year. So I mean, whenever it comes out, we probably will have forgotten about it by then. Some of these, like especially the indie ones, it's like they kind of just slip your mind after you see them. But which is not this one though. The next one I'm actually really looking forward to.
Same.
And that's Neverway, which basically kind of looks like what if Stardew Valley was haunted or something like that, which I really like that idea. And the pixel art is done by the same people who did Celeste, which is pretty awesome right off the bat there. And then then right after that they're like, and the soundtrack by, and I thought they were going to say Lena Raine, but they did not. It's a different person, but still, I think it looks awesome. The sprite art looks really cool. They showed a lot more of this on the Japanese Direct too. Like they spent a lot more time on it than on the American Direct, but I thought this one looked awesome. Yeah, like it starts off like most cozy games where you get your your farm from your dead grandparents or whatever, but then it kind of takes a turn after you get there, and I kind of like the monochrome style of it, like where some of it's kind of the same color, but there's different colors for certain things, like eyeballs.
It's a little pastel too, like to maintain sort of the cutesy vibe, but it's actually like horror. Yeah, it's an interesting look.
I thought it looked awesome. Like it's definitely on my list of something to look out for because it was one of my like big highlights of the Indie Direct. I was like, oh yeah, that one looks awesome.
I wrote down the premise straight from the Direct. It said, quit your job, move to a farm, and become the immortal herald of a dead deity.
Oh, geez. Yeah. Yeah, it looks cool.
I'm taking it that's the spooky part.
Sounds spooky to me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and there's like a sword with an eyeball on it also.
Yeah, it looked like the Sword of Omens from Thundercats to me.
Yeah, it does kind of look like that.
Oh, indeed.
You can look through it and see something. You could see the awful animation of that movie through that show through the sword.
Oh man, don't get me started. I disagrry. I disagree.
Well,
I don't want to get off on a tangent here.
I mean, there's there's
great animation.
There's nostalgia, and there's fact. But Herdling,
and there's toy commercials posing as
the cartoons. At least it's better than Silverhawks. I'll give it that.
Herdling.
Yeah.
By the way, all those first games were for Switch 1 only. This is the first one where it was for both systems, for 2 and for 1.
No, Mina the Hollower is for Switch 2 and 1. It has 2 different versions.
You're right. Yeah.
Because the Mina the Hollower demo is the only one that has 120 FPS.
That's right.
If you download the wrong one, you don't have that. So, but I mean, but I think, I mean, well, I don't know. There hasn't been a price yet, but I would expect that they're the same price.
I think Herdling looks cool. This is one that I'm interested in.
And that was brought to you by other people, right? It's I mean, they mentioned the other. I forget who it's because it was brought by other games that have been released on Switch.
Yeah, it said that it was from the publisher, Panic, which is the publisher, not the developer.
Yeah, but they were like the ones who brought you blah and blah, and I was like, oh, I remember.
Yeah,
those things,
they're referring to Firewatch.
Oh, Firewatch, yeah, it was something that I was like, oh yeah, that's a game that people talk about.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a decent game.
It looks.
Well, this one's a herding game, which I don't know if I've seen something like that before. It's a cool concept. You just have to herd these wild creatures across these vast landscapes.
Yeah. Not
since the beginning of
games.
Twilight Princess.
Yeah, I was gonna say not since Twilight Princess. That was the last time I did herding. It was in that game. So, and that was something. That was something.
I'm into it. It looks like it's kind of like serene, meditative type of experience. It actually comes out pretty soon. It comes out on the 21st.
Oh yeah, that's this month. I tried to put I put whatever ones I could find on the eShop. It's $24.99. I think it's on sale for $19.99 actually if you pre-order it. So
Nice.
There you go. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it looks kind of cool, but I don't really see myself just going out of my way to get it or whatever.
Yeah, I'm not going to get it right away. I'm definitely tightening the purse strings at the moment. But yeah, I get this game sometime down the road.
Yeah, the next one, I think this is the first like out today thing that we saw out of all these. Is this seat taken? It's the one where you decide where different people sit because they might not like to sit next to people or whatever. I don't know.
It's based off that scene from Forrest Gump.
Yeah, pretty much. Where if you have magic legs, you cannot sit by anybody. That's the moral.
You just have to teach someone how to dangle.
I thought this game kind of reminded me of like those logic puzzles that used to get grade school, where like Jeff is taller than Tim, but Tim is shorter than Dave, and all that kind of thing.
And, yeah, how do you?
It was just like you have to figure out how to sit each person based on their preferences and make it all fit. That's an interesting concept for a puzzle game. And price is right. It's $10.
It kind of reminds me of that, which I actually have it, but I barely played it. That one where like you run like a bathhouse and there's all these different spirits that come in there and you have to like decide where they sit depending on like it's kind of like this where like you'll be like, oh, this one spirit doesn't want to be next to anybody, so you have to put him.
Yakuza? What did you say it was in?
It's in a game that I bought that I barely played.
It's just its own game.
It's a bathhouse that you run a bathhouse and there's these spirits that come in there and
it sounded like a mini game in
decide.
Yakuza for some reason.
Well, Yakuza doesn't deal with the dead normally, with dead spirits or whatever. But I forget what it was called. I actually downloaded it. Oh, there was a demo, and I played the demo, and I really liked it. And then I bought the game, and I didn't want to, and I had to like start over again. And the demo didn't carry over, so I didn't actually play it, and that's what happened. It's called Spirit something, but it has a whole thing like that where you have to set up the spirits in different like whirlpools or whatever, but they can't sit by next, and you have to manage it in that way. It kind of reminds me of that one. But yeah, it's probably less. It's probably less like you have to run around and find people or whatever. But I don't know. I thought it looked okay. It's it came out to that last week, but I'm not like gonna run out and buy it, especially after you see what else came out on the same day later in this direct. So
yeah,
so that one's
I feel you there.
It definitely got overshadowed by the other one that got less time. Free update to Little Kitty Big City. I like that game, so hey, why not?
Did you try it yet?
It's not out. The update.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yep.
It was to be. Yeah, they did not give it a date or anything. So
is this like a Switch 2 update? I can't remember. Or was it a?
I think it's just
Switch
update.
1.
It's just more stuff. I mean, I guess you can
content update.
You can change your fur, and I think there's new missions too that you can do. But I mean, I like that game. I mean, it was basically like it was like the Goose Game with cats, and it was fun. I beat it. I played through it like over a weekend, like after I got it, and I really enjoyed it.
I think I remember conflating it with Stray in my head, even though they're just both games about a cat.
Yeah, I think Stray is a lot sadder, right? Like this cat, the cat in Little Kitty Big City cannot die, which is cool. Like if you climb like the tallest building and you jump all the way down to the ground, you will not die. So that's cool. Like the game there's no like, you can't get a game over. It's all about exploration and fucking with people as a cat. I like that. I like that about it. And it had this really cool mechanic where you can kind of like size up your jump, which you kind of imagine a cat would do, like when you sit there and look at
butt wiggle.
and look at it. Yeah, it had like a little it has like a little arc like with feet, and you can just kind of line it up to where you want to go, and then you jump to it. And I always thought that was a really really cool like move mechanic in there. And it seems like now whenever you see a cat like trying to figure out if they can make a jump or something, I always think about that little like arc being like, oh, I can make it up there or whatever. But no, that game was really cool, and I'll play the update whenever it comes out. Especially that it's free is great. After that, content warning. Has anybody heard of this game? I feel like I maybe heard it somewhere. I don't know.
Not until this direct.
Yeah, it's an online co-op horror game. I don't know.
It's a cool concept. You have to try to work together to find the scariest footage and upload it to SpookTube, get good views and all that stuff.
So do you film the footage, right?
Yeah, I guess it's kind of like a co-op photography game.
I mean, that other, what was that? There was that one horror game that there's like a sequel on Switch too that you use a camera.
Fatal Frame?
No, not that one. It's an American made thing. It's the one where there's there's naked dudes in it with dicks. I posted it on Twitter where I was like, hey, Nintendo is like actually lets wieners in their games now. fuck, it's like a survival game, like
I know what you're talking about.
but you
I
like
know what
play
you're
it.
talking about, but it's like early Switch.
You play it through a camera. Yeah, it was really early. It's like, but there's a couple of them, but that one you use a camera too. Like that's how you move around. You have a camera in your face and you're filming everything. So it's not really new in that aspect, I guess.
It's like Pokemon Snap
Yeah, with dicks.
with dicks.
Except for they can kill you a lot, and yeah, it happens. I forget. Yeah, it's Survivor something. I don't. Outlast, is that what it's called? Something like
I
that.
think it was called Outlast.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
Yep, that was it.
Yeah. Anyway, use a camera in that game. So, yeah. I played that game, and it was. I have a hard time with these survival horror games where you don't have weapons and you just have to run around and hide because I just get killed because I don't. I want a gun. I want like a Doom style thing. Like I don't want this like hide in the corner and run past the thing or whatever. I don't like.
It kind of looks like it's got a little sense of humor to it too. Like it's a horror game, but I don't know, some goofy stuff happening, like people jumping on trampolines.
Yeah, it looked kind of silly. It looked like more lighthearted, I guess.
Yep. I guess I'm interested. Sure, for the right price.
Is that like a next year thing for that one?
2026. Yep.
Yep. Yeah. So we'll forget about it by the time it comes out. Ball Pit looked kind of funny, I guess. I don't know. That one I'm up in the air about. I don't know. It looks like it could be interesting. You're like in a you're like in a what would you call it? Like a pachinko type machine or breakout or something like that. Look like it could be interesting.
It looked like a cross between. I know they said it was like an auto-scrolling action roguelike. To me, it looked like a cross between Breakout and Space Invaders, where like the enemy was coming down from the top, and you're proceeding forward, and you're just shooting like seems like 50 different balls at once. So yeah, I don't know. It's like an arcade style game. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really interested, but it seemed cool, kind of. I don't know.
I mean, we'll see what people think about it. But I mean, we got a pretty loaded. I mean, is that another October game? Like
October for the Switch 1, and then general fall release for the Switch 2.
Yeah. I mean, they should just let you just upgrade it for free or whatever. Like especially for something like this, it's like a pixel game. It's like, I mean, what's the difference? Like, some higher frame rate or something. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm not mad for the indies if they want to ask me for $5 to upgrade or whatever. But still, you got to make the upgrade worth it.
I mean, what was fucking Fantasy Life was like $3 or something like that, right? To go from
it was like $1.
Yeah. So I mean, that was like the best price of any of them. It was like, it was like the lowest amount. I think it was like $2.50 or something like that. It's great. They should do that for everything, or just make it free. I don't know. But yeah, that's coming out in the middle of October, which already has like a billion different games. So it's probably going to it might disappear. I don't know.
This next one has the most confusing title. It's called Ultimate Sheep Raccoon, and it's a like Excite Bike co-op racing game / platformer.
Yeah, I didn't really understand what this game was. It kind of looked like sort of a wobbly game. Like
it reminds me of
flip around and have fun or whatever.
It's like my memory of Excite Bike World, or what was that one on Wii?
Excite Truck?
No, there was an Excite.
The one that disappeared.
Like the one that disappeared. That was on Wii.
Are you talking about are you talking about the 2D one?
Yep.
I think it was just called like Excite Bike. It was just a remake of the original game.
Well, it was more than that. There was.
I mean, I have it on my Wii. I played it all the way through. It was.
I think you do like 4 players at least, to my recollection. Maybe more.
Yeah, I never played. I only played it single player. But I mean, it looked just like the other. It looked just like the other Excite Bike, and it was done by the same people who did Excite Truck and Excite Bots. It was just a 2D version.
Well, if you could imagine like Excite Bike, but with 8 players, and you're all different animals, and it's kind of like a cheerful atmosphere. It seems kind of cool. And then there was also that more recent game, which was like an Excite Bike Metroidvania. It was like in the wasteland, like a Mad Max kind of game. Looks like that one too. Anyway, I guess I'm interested in that one. This one for the right price. It's just that the title is kind of weird. They could have referenced like riding a bike somewhere in there.
You don't like Ultimate Raccoon Fish Sheep or whatever it's called?
No, it seems like a bunch of random words.
I think both of them are playable characters in it. Looks like there's a sheep and a raccoon.
At least, but like, then why not call it after like the horse or whatever other alligator. Why the sheep and the raccoon? Why are they the
I feel like
favorites?
those things are implied.
I don't know, it's funnier like
The
that. I
pony,
guess.
I'm
the
just
pony and
kidding.
the alligator are
I'm just
implied.
kidding.
Ultimate sheep raccoon just rolls off the tongue.
It's a game,
it's
you
just
know.
great, you know.
Sure.
To be in it.
It was Excitebike World Rally is what it was, and I'm watching it right
that's
now,
right.
and it very much looks like the original Excitebike game with 3D graphics.
Sure, yeah, you can do like 4 players or something on that one, as I recall.
Oh yeah, I never played it in multiplayer, so I don't know.
It was fun.
For me, it was just like, oh hey, it's Excitebike 1 again.
It's gone forever.
It's I still have it on my Wii U because I transferred them over, but it had nothing on Excitebots. That game was way better. Or Truck.
That one's still around.
They're both great. But the game that I thought was really cool, another one of the highlights for me after this was that Glaciered game, where you like get to be this underwater like dinosaur wing thing sort of. This one got a lot more time on the Japanese Direct too. Like this was like the one more thing. This was like at the end of it, and the Japanese Direct they showed that you can like switch out your wings for like different things. It kind of made it look like that's like your weapons or whatnot. I guess.
You're like evolving, right?
Yeah. And you could change out different things for you. And they also show like this big fight that you have with a giant shark, which I thought looked really cool. But I mean, anything like I love underwater levels and games and all that. And if you can actually make underwater combat like work and not be annoying, then I'm super interested.
They're your favorite Sonic levels, I know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, underwater combat was like some people liked it in Monster Hunter Tri, but it was always kind of, I don't know, it was kind of hit or miss from what I played of it. And there was like an underwater boss. There was like an underwater boss in Metroid Prime 2 that I hated, and there's an underwater boss in Darksiders 3 that was annoying. So it's like most underwater fighting is bad. So
Shadow of the Colossus has one.
So if you can make it good, then it's like that. Cool. It's like that Absu game. Like that was underwater. Like that game was awesome. Like I love that game, and I think I got it for $1, and I fucking loved it. So
and I beat the boss my first try.
So I mean, well, that one wasn't really necessarily hard, but I like underwater games that are really like, can really take you into it or whatever. And this one looked cool. This one's this year too. I thought that was like a next year thing, but
this holiday is what they said.
Yeah, and it's Switch 2 only. So that's the only Switch 2 only game, right? Out of all of them. So there's one that's gonna be a little bit more graphical or something. I don't know.
I thought it was interesting because recently I was listening to some podcast where they're talking about, I think it was potential like Zelda spin-offs or whatever, and somebody said, why don't we get like a game where you play as a Zora all the time? It's kind of like what this looks like to me. That character looks a little bit like a Zora. Could be cool, like an action adventure game where you're just swimming around and as a fish person and fighting under the water. Could be cool.
Yeah, I like the way it looks for sure, and I like I'm interested in it definitely.
On to the montage.
Yep. What's on there?
Winter Burrow, which is like this 2D storybook kind of looking game where you're a mouse, and it seems like I couldn't quite get a read on what the type of game was, but I don't know, maybe it's like a Zelda type game or something. I don't know. I like the look of it.
Yeah, I don't remember this one. I don't remember this one at all. I was trying to click through it. Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah, it's got like a, I don't know, it's got a hand-drawn art style. I feel like I've seen this art style in a bunch of different games before. But
Undusted Letters from the Past, Switch 1 game. It's about cleaning. There's a whole subgenre of like what's the Power Wash Simulator? It looks like kind of like that. You're just cleaning antiques.
It's like Gentle Wash Simulator.
Right.
Yeah.
That's coming in October. Tiny Bookshop is out already.
Yeah, this game apparently it's selling really well. Like I know
I just saw something about it.
Like Switch Up did a review of it. I didn't watch it though yet, but I honestly didn't know I thought they were talking about some other game. I forgot that it was in the Direct. But I was like, oh, maybe I should check out that review then if you actually like it, and if it's doing really well on the eShop, then maybe it's worth checking out. I don't know. Store management sim, sell books to people, I guess.
This next one is funny because I'm not kidding. On my bingo card, I almost put Dwarf Fortress, and this game looks a lot like Dwarf Fortress.
Caves of Cud. I don't know. I don't know anything about Dwarf Fortress. Well, I had a friend that played it, I guess, a lot, but Caves of Cud I've heard talked about on Axe of the Blood God. Like Eric was really into it, so I mean, it's apparently it's one of those weird games that people really like. Like it's supposed to look like an old ass PC
it looks
RPG
like
game, but it's got a lot of
specifically like a mid '80s PC game. Like
I mean mid
that kind of
'80s was a long time ago.
Sure, yeah,
it's like 40 years ago.
Yeah.
So but I
Came
mean,
out in 2015.
But I mean, this one is this is one I had heard people talk about that they like it. So I mean, that makes me intrigued, and it's it's probably going to be like $10 or something like that. It's not going to be like a $70 game. So maybe I'll.
It looks like it's a little bit like
try it out.
Looks like a little bit of a graphical text adventure too. Like there's words on the side describing what you're seeing, even though there's you do have rudimentary graphics on there. It's kind of like what my impression of what like the original Ultima was. And, I'm not really that familiar with that game. That's just kind of like the impression that I have of it.
Ultima was a dungeon crawler. The original was like a first-person dungeon crawler. It was on my wish list, but not anymore because Jeremy made me take it off during our Patreon episode. So I never get that game, the remake of Ultima, the original one. I mean, I could still buy it. It's just not on the list. But I forgot about it because it's not on the list.
I'm not interested in Caves of Cud. Looks totally outside my wheelhouse.
It sounds like something a cow would like.
Yeah. I mean, it's weird. I think it's going to end up being one of those things that people talk about, though. They end up liking. I don't know.
Strange Antiquities for the Switch 1. Another store management sim where you run a weird shop.
It's a Needful Things game, right? Needful Things simulator. You can offer antiques to people, but they have to like kill their neighbor's dog or something like that in order to get them.
There's a strange twist to it. Yeah,
I mean that would be cool if you could actually.
It's a pretty ancient concept.
Yeah,
it's a sequel. I don't remember the name of the original one, but I know that this is the second in the series.
Oh, there's another one of these.
Strange something
called
or other.
Needful Things. The original one.
It's the sequel to Needful Things. Yep.
I mean, that devil guy can come back. I mean,
is this a movie?
He's probably in Dark Tower. Also, I read that book in high school.
Is it a Stephen King movie or something?
Yeah. Needful.
It was a Stephen King book.
It was a Stephen King book. I think that was like one of the first books I read of his.
Opus Prism Peak for Switch 1 and 2. It's like an adventure photography type game. This is one buying a blip. Like I think it got the least time in the montage. I really did.
It's like the flash of a camera.
It's like
pretty much, yeah.
It shows like a guy carrying a kid. That's about all I remember. Yeah. And I was like, oh, it looks kind of good. Like the graphics look
nice. Sure.
The graphics look
cozy
cool.
Game.
Yeah, you're carrying a kid. There's a camera. There's a pig that talks to you, and a horse, and a train, and something that looks like it's out of Tears of the Kingdom, and then it cuts. There's like this weird Zonai monster thing at the end there, and then it goes on to Go Town, which looks like another one of those
very Animal Crossing like
whatever you call them, the cozy games.
Life sim.
It's another
cozy game sims.
Another cozer, and that one goes by really quickly too. But the final one, which I really don't understand why it was in the montage and that didn't give it its whole thing, but UFO fucking 50. Like this game was on a lot of people's Game of the Year list for last year, and very much deserving. This game is great. Like I haven't played it as much as Jeremy has, but I mean I thought we could just like transition from our indie direct straight into UFO 50. This game is really cool. It's only $25, and there's 50 games on there, so that's 50 cents a game right there. Yeah. But all the games I haven't played all of them yet, but there's ones that I like, that I liked, and I've been distracted by another game more than this one, but we'll get to that later. But what was it? I put it in my notes here. The point and click horror game was really cool. Like I liked that a lot. The Night Manor. Did you play that?
That's the only one I beat.
Oh, you made it all the way through.
Yeah, well, I think there's multiple endings because
probably
there's stuff I hadn't done yet, but I was able to escape.
How long are each of these games? Are they comparable to an NES game or something?
I mean, it varies.
Like a full game.
They're all like full games. Like because there's some RPGs in there that are pretty lengthy from what I've heard. Yeah,
the Wild West RPG. I played a lot of that.
Brimstone.
Brimstone. That's where the line.
Oh yeah, that game's awesome. I mean, I just
shrieks with pain because no matter what you hit, it says that it shrieks with pain, including a tumbleweed at one point.
Oh yeah, I just started playing that last night, but yeah, that game's really cool. Like, it starts off like everybody's like dead in a room, and you're an angel, and you have to you like bring whoever back to life. You can only bring like 4 people back to life that become your party, but there's like 10 different people in a room or whatever, and you like, you know, go over and interact with them, and it'll tell you like what they are. And I think I ended up with like, I have Lee and Anne and the dog and the magician, the whatever, he kind of looks like a monk, like the bald guy.
I've got like I think I have Anne. She's like the dancer, right?
I think so. I mean, it
And then
was
I
like the
have,
first
like,
2 that I saw.
A really tall lady. I can't remember what her name is, but she's really, really good with, like, she hits really hard and has a lot of health. And then I've got Lee. I think I also have Lee.
Oh, okay.
Maybe you have to have Lee.
No, you can pick whoever you want at the beginning. I think I just picked Lee because that was the first one I saw, and I was like, okay, because I didn't understand what was happening until I'd already like chosen.
Yeah, it just kind of throws you in there. But it's also kind of cool that, you know, whoever you don't pull out, they're dead canonically in the game.
Yeah, they're dead, and you collect teeth to pay for things with. I thought that was really funny that teeth is your currency.
It's like
so it's like, okay, I've never seen that before.
Why am I forgetting the name of the game now? One that I love so much. The
that
card game.
That involves teeth. Oh, in something.
Inscription. There we go. Yeah, Inscription. Teeth and bones.
Oh yeah,
like currency.
I have that game. I should play it sometime.
It's good.
I have it downloaded. I just didn't get around to it.
What's like the overall premise for people who don't know?
Okay, so it's a fictional game company that existed, at least as far as we know, it existed between like 84 and 89, and
UFO soft.
82 and 89, yeah. But they start off as like a different company, and eventually their name changes to UFO Soft. And you've got 50 games, and it's supposed to be like whatever they're like the compilation of all their games at the time. And it comes out, and it's, you know, the graphics like it different. Each game's a different kind, but like there's sequels in here. There's like spin-offs. There's like the characters showing up in each other's games, and the graphics get better as you go. So that's really cool too. Like the first one looks more like it would be on like something between like an Atari and like maybe like an NES, and then by the end, you know, you've got quote unquote 3D graphics, but it's like, you know, like late 80s arcade 3D, like
parallax scrolling and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like pretty detailed sprites. Like it's what was it? One of the later ones, Valbrace. I'm sure you played that game. That game looks fucking awesome. Like
it's so good.
I mean, it's like a, you know, it's like a first person dungeon crawler, but it's got like action combat and just the animation's really good, and that's the one I keep going back to. That's probably my favorite out of all of them so far. But I did really like that Brimstone game also. And some of them save, right? Like the Brimstone, or Grimstone, or whatever it's called. That one saves, right? Like it auto saves. Like if you leave and come back, you'll still be where you are, right?
Yeah. Or at least it'll take you back to wherever you were, like when you were resurrected last.
Yeah, because some of them have saves and some of them don't. So like some would be like an old NES game where you have to play through the whole thing, but some of them are like pretty long, you know, and would be worth $25 just for that, you know, without all these 50 other games that are on there. So I mean, it's really cool.
So there's like some kind of story going on between the lines between the games, right?
I mean, is there much of a explanation in there, Jeremy?
So there's kind of like if you go into the game, like when you're going through the list and you hit the B button over the game, it brings up like a little menu and it'll show like a description and then like your personal like records and stuff. But the very last thing is history, and you get a little tiny blurb for each game. And so like Night Manor, what Trey and I were just talking about, the point and click, it says September 1988, our only game to require a warning text, and the first game directed by longtime designer Greg Milk. But like, but his name will show up in other games too, and like, I don't know, like there's one that's like, this is our first game that featured blood, or this was the first appearance of this character, and it'll say stuff like that, just these little blurbs, but you just get like an overall history. And it was several different game designers who worked together to make all these games, like, you know, in real life. So in a way it's like they are their own game company, but they're like just framing it behind this extra layer of like you know, a fictional company from the 80s, with their
Is
own
there like
mascots and their own of course their own insignia and their whole roster of characters and the musicians that make the songs
It's cool that they
get
made up
mentioned. Yeah.
they made up developers even and
Mm-hmm.
composers and they really went into making this this fictional world that these games exist in and all that. It's cool how much effort's into it. And like I said, the games are complete games. They don't feel WarioWare mini games or whatever. They feel like an actual NES game. It feels like a collection of NES games that that you would get or whatever. That if ones you've never heard of, I guess.
But they're actually good. Yeah.
Yeah.
is there a meta game going on though?
Not really. Well, actually, yes, there is, but that's kind of a spoiler. But I only found out because I looked at a video. But there is kind of a sort of meta thing. And one thing you do is you get these things called cherries, and that's if you complete specific conditions. It's like an achievement. And every game has a different cherry, and you don't know how to get the cherry until you finish the game once, or you look online.
Oh, it'll tell you where it is if you missed it.
Well, not where it is, but what you have to do usually.
Oh, okay.
It's not like you're actually collecting a cherry. It's the cherry is whatever. It's you got to get a cherry on all 50 games, and then you can unlock more stuff, I guess.
I know there's achievements and stuff that you can do for each game. There's a list of achievements that you can do, and it'll record your high scores and all this other stuff and your amount of time. I mean, I think I've only played the game for maybe 3 or 4 hours, but I mean, it's definitely, you can tell pretty early on that it's a solid ass game.
Yeah, I played. So I just played a little bit of each game, and it took me a couple hours just to do that because I would actually want to stick to some of the games and play them for a little while, but. I got through all 50 in 2 sittings, probably just checking them out, not actually getting through them.
And they're all dusty too. So it'll
it'll
dust it off, and the color will change because everything will be light blue or whatever, and then they'll dust it off, and then there'll be a color to the to the game.
Discs. Yeah.
And it'll it's like you blowing dust off of it. So it'll show which ones you've played and which ones you haven't. I still haven't seen all of them. Because I've been just I'll pick one and I'll play it for a while, and then I'll pick another one and I'll play it for a while. I didn't want to just go from one to another. I kind of wanted to get a feeling of each game as I was going. And like I said, some of them are really, really good that you just don't want to play any other ones. I was like, oh wow, this one's awesome.
We'll be talking about this game for a while because I think we could just talk about 1 or 2 games from it, and it'd be a completely new experience. The one I would talk about today would be Lords of Disconia. I've played that one a lot.
That's the Pog thing, right? Where you
I think that's probably my most. Yeah, I've played over 5 hours of it.
Oh wow! Yeah, I just played it a little bit, and I was kind of I don't know.
It's kind of like Advance Wars.
Yeah.
Does it keep track of how many hours you play of each game?
Yeah, and it also some of the games have you continue where you were or whatever. Some of the bigger games, obviously the RPGs, but there's some Metroidvanias and stuff that there has little save points in it and stuff.
Oh yeah, and it auto saves for the most part, right? I know Grimstone, you see the little spinning disc at the bottom whenever you leave the town or go to the regular map or back to the town or whatever. But and Valbrace, it'll whenever you get to a new level in the dungeon, it saves you there. If you die, you can start from that. So I mean, there are checkpoints and stuff in each game.
I guess I've played Mortal the most, supposedly. But
oh yeah, Mortal's really cool.
It doesn't feel like that. Mortal's a bit like Lost Vikings, or
Lemmings. It kind of reminded me of that too. But yeah, you can use so you get a certain amount of people and you use them in a way to create a way to go to the next thing. So you can take your guy and ram him into the wall, and he becomes a platform, or you can turn into a rock step, and you can step on that and jump to the next thing. But your character dies when you do that, and you have a certain amount of characters, and you have to get to the end of the level, right, with the amount that you have. But you can you can get more. There is little items that you can pick up that'll bring some of your guys back, and all that sort of thing.
Or it just gives you extra guys. But
yeah,
I think it's really fun that your number of lives, each life is being sacrificed to get the rest of them further. So you jump across the spikes and you die, but then it's just you stand on the dead body to get across the spikes. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, or like you would like use one of the characters to explode, to blow up like brick walls or whatever to get to the next thing, but you killed that character, but it made a pathway for you. Like it's really interesting.
And this one has a sequel, and supposedly the sequel's way better. But I haven't played much of it. I've only really played the first one.
Yeah,
But
I only played the first one also.
and it looks like way better, and it's like way deeper. But I think I was having more fun. But anyway, I was going to talk about Disconia because it's like it's kind of like Advance Wars where you've got like a map, like an overhead map, and you go and you visit towns, and when you visit a town, you can recruit new units. Like there's supposed to be like a tavern you go to and recruit more units based on how much gold you have. And you get gold by obviously from fighting against your rival, but you also get it from gold mines that once you touch them, then they produce money each round. And so you and your opponent take turns moving, and then once you like meet you meet on the map, then you fight each other, and that's when it switches to this like more action based. Like you have these different types of pucks that you're sliding around the map, and you're trying to hit the other pucks and take away their energy, and then it just keeps adding more and more on. Where you get different kinds of pucks that have different abilities. Like there's one that can go through the water without like dying, but all the other ones will just like if they end up going in the water, they're just gone. You lose that unit. And then there's ones that can like once they move a couple times, they can do like an actual shot where they like fire, a projectile towards the enemy or whatever. And then on top of that, there's like little like bumpers and stuff you can hit that'll restore some of your energy or give you crystals, which are basically your ammunition for spells or whatever. So like there's like a wizard and there's knights, and you can recruit ogres and giant spiders, and it's just all these different things, but they're represented as like basically look like coins or like Trey said pogs that you're like flicking around the map. But it's super addictive. Like I love it. It's so fun. I'm on. There's 10 missions, and I've gotten through, or I'm on the 8th of the 10 missions.
Oh wow! Well, you remember? I don't remember if it was the Smash Brothers 3DS or Wii one, but it kind of had like a Pog game that you could play with like the Smash Brothers characters. Do you remember that? Where you would like smash them, but they weren't animated. It was almost like you're kind of using the amiibo, and you would kind of knock them, like try to knock the other ones off the table and all that.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It reminded me of that game, sort of. But again, when you're moving across the map, it's really like there's not like a whole lot of. You kind of just pass over a gold, and you get gold, and then you use gold to hire people for your team.
But then like eventually you get like mines, and then there's also like roguelike style, you get perks and buffs and stuff that you can find to where it just gives you an extra advantage in battle. Like all your pucks will have like one extra hit point, or they won't slow down when you hit them through sand and stuff like that. Or you can even like have extra crystals at the start of battle so you can like fire more arrows or whatever. But eventually, like I said, it gets deeper. Like eventually you get like ones that can heal each other, ones that can, buff each other and stuff, and debuff the enemies, and they just keep adding more each time around. So probably with the real fun would be playing it 2-player. There is a 2-player mode.
Oh yeah, and you can on the menu like how you could on like the NES on the NES Classic or whatever, you could switch it to just like multiplayer games, and it'll show you like which ones you can play with more than one player, which I've kind of found that by accident, because if you like press up, you can switch like chronologically or how, like which one have you played the longest, or, like just how you would like on like the NSO app, where it'd be like, all right, which one has the most hours, when were they released, what's the order, like, and you can do a favorites too, where you can mark like which ones you like the most and all that. Like there's a lot to it.
Yeah. That's how you can see like what you've played the most. It's basically like the Switch menu in a way for the different, when you like sort to different categories. But man, it's such a good game. I highly recommend it for everybody because there's a lot here, and if you like classic games, something here is going to appeal to you, because even though they nearly every game you'll think of something else, like, well, this looks like Adventures of Lolo, or this looks like Pocky and Rocky or whatever, but very quickly you're going to realize there's some kind of twist that they put in it. Like, for instance, the RPG, like, it looks very much like early Final Fantasy or Dragon Quest, but then you find out all the battles are like timing based. All your attacks are timing based, so you have to be on your toes and hit the buttons at the right time, or and there's like little meters and stuff that you have to fill, and then also you can like dual wield and stuff, and I don't know, they just there's enough extra stuff in there that it doesn't feel completely the same. It's like more modern, even though it doesn't look that way.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say I found this game called Fist Hell, which is just like it's like Double Dragon, but you're fighting zombies, and
yeah, it looks like Kunio-kun. Totally.
And you can like knock their heads off and throw them at each other, or like you can like knock a leg off
'Cause
and
they're
beat them
zombies,
with a zombie leg, and there's all this fun shit to it. Like, yeah, that one was fun. Like Fist Hell.
And I think that one is
fun
just
to fuck
literally
around
like
with.
you're going to rescue your teacher or something like that's the premise.
And it very much looks like Double Dragon 1 on NES. Like it kind of gives that feeling, but you're beating up zombies, and it's it's got blood to it and all that, like that sort of thing. But it still has modern stuff to it.
This is one of those cases where I'm happy that I waited like till it's on Switch, because it's been out for a year now, and if you go on YouTube, you can find somebody's done a video for like each of the 50 games. Like,
oh yeah, it was a huge deal. Like I heard like so many people talking about it on various
people
podcasts.
will just like have like long ass videos just about one of these 50 games and like defending it, because a lot of people were doing like rankings of it and stuff, and it's like for every game in here there's somebody who just thinks it's the best one in the collection for the most part. I mean, there's a couple kind of stinkers, I think, but for the most part all these games are like in their own right are great indie games that could have stood on their own in some way, but instead they've done it in this really charming package and for this great price.
Yeah, like I said, $25 for 50 games which could be, like I said, like Valbrace could be $25 or Night Manor or whatever. Like you could be selling like one of these for that price, but you get so many different ones.
I would have paid $10 for Lord of Disconia as much as I've been enjoying it.
Is there any word officially on whether or not this was inspired by Action 52?
It's kind of in the lore, yeah.
Is it?
I in the lore by I mean like if you listen to other people like journalists talk about it or write about it, if you look at reviews and I think interviews and stuff, like a lot of times it'll be like, yeah, it's kind of like here's that.
But the
Action
games are good.
52, but they're all actually good. Yeah, like it's like an alternate universe where that game came out and it was
Action 53 on NES.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I hadn't heard of it. I just looked it up on YouTube, and I was like, oh yeah, they're...
I just remember seeing it on emulators all the time, and so I would try it from time to time, and it was awful.
I mean, I like this whole like alternate reality where this company did all these different games, and it's like,
and some of them are supposed to be arcades, so that's why they're like more arcadey, and then you've got the ones that were made for the console at home, or whatever, because it represents a span of like 3 different consoles, I think, including the arcades. So there's just all that extra lore that it's just flavor text or whatever they say, but it like really like gives to the mood of the game. And then I guess there's more if you manage to do whatever it takes to unlock extra stuff, and then there's even more to offer than you see on the surface.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of reminds me of like when we had those Dreamcast CDs that had like 100 NES games or whatever.
Oh,
that
yeah.
We would just go through and try different stuff. Except for there's not like Super Afro Brothers or whatever. Like the really
Cowboy Kid.
the really bad shit. I mean, Cowboy Kid was a real game, but like you would see like Super KKK Brothers and all these other like awful Mario hacks or whatever in there. Like
the Western game definitely has like a Native American character, like kind of in this traditional garb or whatever you would think of the stereotypical garb, but I don't know, it kind of makes sense since it's supposed to be from like the late 80s, and it's just like it's one of your playable characters. It's not like you're killing them or whatever.
There was another game on there, Cyber Owls. Like that one was really cool because you're like
that's basically more games in one. Like,
you're like this team, but all these different characters like act differently. So like one of them is like Metal Gear Solid, like it feels like Metal Gear Solid on NES, but then another character is like feels like the Punisher game on NES, or like Wild Guns where you walk around and shoot people. Like it's so cool. Like, and there's all these different like gameplay styles, and that's just in one game within the 50 other games. So it's just like, I don't know, you'll just find like this amazing gem in there and be like, oh, what the hell? Like this is fucking cool. Like I mean, I haven't seen all of them yet, so for me, it's just fun to just grab one and be like, "Oh yeah, that's interesting." Like I was playing like Paint Race, like that one's kind of stupid, but you're just in a car that's painting a map, and you want to. It's like a Mario. It feels like a Mario Party like mini game, but there's a bunch of
Yeah.
different levels and different
Oh yeah, it
effects
almost
and
feels
whatever.
like
Yeah.
almost feels like a remake of Splatoon or something.
Yeah,
Like if
yeah.
you were
Well, I
using the
mean,
paint roller.
yeah. Before Splatoon, they had like the paint stamp like games that you played in Mario Party, where you had to like cover the.
Oh right,
There was a
right.
couple different variations of it where you had to, it was basically like early Splatoon, but yeah, you had to paint different things and certain. There was a few of them in the
There's
GameCube
a
games.
There's a golf/pinball adventure game in here that I haven't really put some time into, but I guess people love it.
Oh damn, I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, there's a few different golf games, but one of them's like a straight up like Pinball Quest, but probably more like Yoko's Island Adventure, whatever that one was.
Oh yeah, that game was cool.
Than Pinball Quest, but still, it's cool. Yeah, I mean, think of it like if you bought this for yourself, think of it as like a little advent calendar, and you just play one new game every day. Like this thing would
Give you 50 days of new games there.
pretty good enjoyment, and then then you go back and you can actually like sink some time into the ones that you remember liking the most, and that's what happened with me, like Disconia or Mortal. Mortal's so fun. I've gotten almost to the end of the second level, but it's tough. Then I beat the I saw one of the endings, so that was pretty cool that I got to see an ending in the adventure game or the point and click game. Because that one I kept being like, I don't know, and I'd be like, I don't know if I want to play anymore. But then like right before I'd stop playing, I'd be like, wait a minute, what if I took that item and did that with it there? And like almost every time, like the solution would come to me while I was not playing, and I would go back to it, and then I would be stuck playing it again.
The really cool thing about the point and click horror game is like the slasher guy is like in the game, and he'll be in like different rooms depending.
Oh yeah, he's like chasing you down.
And if when he kills you, you just get thrown back to the room that you start in, and then you start all over again. So it's like,
well, you don't lose what you collected,
you don't lose your stuff, but it's kind of it doesn't feel like, it's not like, oh, I lost everything now. But you can go back, but now he'll be in a different room somewhere. So it has this whole like extra level of scary.
But once he finds you and you run away, he'll follow you to whatever room you go. And so if you manage to get a couple rooms ahead of him, then it'll do like this mini game where you hide, and he's like, you're like back behind the curtains, and he's like moving in the front, and you got to like move back and forth without making too much noise, and it's through like little meters and stuff. They use a lot of these meters in these games, these little like press the button at the right time when the meter's at the right spot. Like, I don't know though. I like it. It's fun because it makes everything a little more engaging, especially like the RPGs and stuff. But yeah, I don't know. I have a feeling I'll have different games I'll want to talk about next time.
How far did you get in Valbrace?
So Valbrace, I guess I didn't get far enough for it to actually say I did anything. I've gone through one locked door, and then I found another key.
So you didn't get to the next, because I got to like one level, because I think you just start at like level 0 or whatever, and I'm at like level 1. So I made it to whatever the next level was. Okay. I got to where you get experience points, but I looked it up online because I'm like, why am I not leveling up? It works. I guess it works kind of like I think Skyrim was like this or something, where you have to like find a specific place to use all your points to level up, but you don't actually level
very Dark
up
Souls
from.
As well.
Yeah. So. And that's what sucks, because I was like, because I had like 500 experience points or whatever, and I'm like, why am I not leveling up? And I was finding items that I couldn't use because I didn't have like a high enough strength or whatever, so it's like, what the fuck? And I guess you have to find a throne that you can sit on, and then you use all your stuff, and then you can allocate it to all your different stats or whatever. But I never found that because I kept getting killed. But I mean, it's cool. Like I really love, like, the animation's great, and the action combat is really cool. Like you kind of just move. It's like you're just like 2D. You just move back and forth, but you like, there'll be like little bats flying around, and they'll like dive bomb you, and then you walk over and you hit them with your sword before they go back into the background, and they can like move,
it's
from
kind of
the
almost
back
like
to the front and all that.
Like got like a bit of a punch out feel to it.
Oh yeah, totally. Because there's that one like ogre guy that has like a shield, and you have to wait for him to attack you, and you have to attack him before he attacks you, and that's how you can do combos. But yeah, it's very much like King Hippo or whatever, it kind of feels like that. But yeah, they do this really good job of blending a whole bunch of different like genres into one thing of just one game out of these 50 games. Like, it's, like I said, it's fucking steal for $25. Like, it's I've been going back to it. Like last night I was like, oh yeah, I'll just turn it on and just try some new shit, and then I just go back to Valbrace again.
It'd be the equivalent of buying like an album from the 80s that was made by like, I don't know, I don't even know, like It's like a super band made an album together. Like this is like some really competent
There's a lot
indie developers
lot to
that
go
work
through.
together, and instead of like trying to like release a bunch of games, they made one, and they gave it its whole universe and a fairly consistent aesthetic between the games, and it's really cool. I mean, there's a style to this fictional developer, like where if I saw a game out in the wild, I might be like, that looks like a UFO game, even though they're not a real company.
Yeah.
I would love to know the story of how this game actually came together. Like,
I'm sure,
I mean, it must
there's
have been something
probably,
just like that, like the greatest hits of developers.
There was one YouTube channel I was watching because I was doing a little extra research, and this person was actually seemed to know, like, they were like, oh, this game was made by the person who made Downwell. Like, there's a game that was made by the person who did Downwell.
Okay.
And like, there's another one that was like, oh, this game was made during a game jam, and they just kind of flesh it out a little more for this version or whatever. So there is a story behind each game, like a real world story, but I just love what they did with
Yeah.
with making it just this. There's this game where you're planning parties that's supposed to be incredible, and I haven't been able to figure out how it works yet. But it's a deck building game, and I've seen people online say they've spent like dozens of hours playing just this game because it's so addictive. Like, you recruit people to come to your party, and then different guests affect other guests in different ways. Like there's some guests that'll like come and they'll be really loud, and then the cops will show up. Or like there's guests that you can invite that'll like kick people out that you don't want there. And like, I don't really completely understand how it works, but I plan on putting some more time into it. And
it kind of sounds like that seat game from earlier, right? Where it's like
I guess so,
you invite like one person, and they're like, oh my god, Sheila's here, I'm not staying. Like,
it has a really neat
invited two
80s,
people that don't like each other or whatever.
There's a really neat late 80s aesthetic to it that I think they just did a really good job of making it look like it came out during that time period.
Nice. Yeah, it's definitely going to be a game that we talk about for a while.
Yeah, we could talk about it for. Maybe we should stop.
I would. I'd be really surprised if it does. I mean, it's definitely. I think it's going to show up on our Game of the Year list. Like I said, like,
absolutely.
A lot of people were, praising it last year for like Game of the Year.
So sometimes sometimes we're a little wishy-washy about whether we accept game collections, but I would say right away, I'm going to say I don't think this is truly a game collection. This is
but these are all new games. Like this
is like pretend Atari 50.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, well, and we've depending on how you, like, most of the time I try not to include games that were like re-releases or remasters or whatever, unless it's like pretty different. Like I know I put Dragon Quest 3 in there because it's pretty different than it was in the NES version, but. But yeah, this one I would totally consider because it's completely unique and original, and and it's not a collection of old games. Yeah. It's Switch 1 games, but you know what? It doesn't matter. It does not fucking matter, like, at all.
It doesn't.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me. I mean, I honestly never. I didn't look.
It's
which
great
one it
on
was
Switch 2 because the screen's bigger and lends itself more to tabletop play.
Yeah, I automatically bought it. Like I was at the doctor's office and I saw it was out today, and I was like, "Oh shit!" Oh yeah, and you did kind of spoil it for me because I saw it on the Slack, and Jeremy's like, "Oh, UFO was in the montage."
But I hadn't
seen all of it yet.
But I put it in the hidden one.
Oh, it popped up on my phone while I was driving.
I put it in the Nintendo Direct one. That's not supposed to.
Oh,
yeah, we have a hidden Slack channel.
Oh well, it's not hidden from me because it's popped up as a text message.
I maybe you have to set it to snooze then, because for me it doesn't notify me when people posted it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's like one of the few things I actually let give me notifications or whatever is the Slack.
Well,
stuff.
Slack gives me notifications, but that folder
you can mute
does
that
not.
channel too if you want to.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, the only way I see what's in there is if I click on that folder.
If you comment, if you do it like in the replies or whatever, then it won't come through. So maybe try that. I don't know, because there was like one time where you put your thoughts on a movie in the replies, and I never saw it. Like I had to like click on it. You know what I mean? Like for stuff like that I hadn't seen yet, like that for spoiler stuff. So maybe that's it. But anyway, I was still excited that it was on there, and I just went straight home and bought it after the doctor because
after all my talk of Arcade Paradise, like, which had some pretty good
they had their own unique
games
stuff too.
in it. This I don't know. This is this feels very different, even though it's a somewhat similar vibe in this fictional way.
And you already got the hour count, which on Switch 2 now, if you break 10 hours, like it'll show you how much you have. Because I saw you already had like 11. You may have like 15 or 20 by now. I don't know.
I've dozed off playing a couple of the games a couple of times, I will admit. Some of those, some of them are kind of like that disc game. You can think about your shot for a long time, and then sometimes I fall asleep.
It already says 21 hours on here, so this definitely has hit the Jeremy zone here. You know, where you get super fixated on one game. When was the last time you played Donkey Kong Bonanza?
That's all I played this week, besides the Mina the Hollower demo I didn't play.
Yeah.
I haven't played Bonanza at all since this came out, I don't think. I was also gone for a few days this weekend.
Oh, sure. I thought maybe you played maybe you played the UFO 50 on your vacation or whatever.
I did a little bit, but I brought my Switch and once again barely played it. We were too busy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what was it? I did what was it, 600 that you had last week? I did make it to like 630 or whatever on Donkey Kong Bonanza.
I'm at 7 something.
Oh, you're at 7 now?
So maybe I did play Donkey Kong the previous days or whatever, but yeah.
But I haven't played it. I mean, I really needed a break from it, actually. It was like, I need a break from this game.
Same. I have to.
Because some of it just gets like, I mean, I still love it, but some of it gets really monotonous. It's just kind of like, you know, and I'm still just trying to go level by level and 100%
The levels
everything.
Don't feel big anymore.
Well, I'll tell you, it's a great editing game. It's an excellent editing game because I don't have to think at all. I can just walk around and punch shit and just be like, oh, where's that at? Okay, I'll go get this. You know,
you got your 99 balloons and your 3 health. Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah. So, but why don't we? If we're done talking about UFO 50, which we're not talking about it total, we'll talk about it. I'm sure for the next 4 or 5 weeks or whatever. If we're done talking about that, we should take a break and then we'll come back and talk about everything else.
Break time.
Yeah, break time.
Hey, you.
It's me, Mario.
Yeah, you. Subscribe to our Patreon to hear our bonus shows, which happen every month.
I'm tired.
Tired of all the big corporate podcasts spoon-feeding you the same old video game news on every single show?
Spaghetti. Ravioli.
Then expand!
With NintenDomain Expansion Pack.
It's us talking about old games that were important to us. It's us interviewing people that we meet at conventions. And heck, it's live shows from those same conventions. It's basically everything you could want that NintenDomain ever made.
Here we go!
And it's just $1 a month.
That's less than a bad indie on the eShop.
It's $12 a year, which is less than Nintendo Switch Online.
Thank you so much for subscribing to our Patreon and supporting NintenDomain.
Just go to patreon.com/NintenDomain podcast and, hey, Mario, let go.
Whoa!
He's throwing us back to the show.
So long, Bowser.
Patreon.com/NintenDomain podcast.
Game over.
we're back from the break.
We're back from the podcast. Welcome to our break.
We're back to the podcast from the break. And I'm just going to send something to Slack real quick so you guys can see this, which I think is pretty cool. I was going to mention
something new.
I was going to mention on the show breaking news. So we broke over 100. We have over 100,000 downloads for NintenDomain.
Wow.
Oh, geez.
I've been watching. We've been close. We were at like 99.98 whatever today, and I was just watching it, and we broke 100,000. So cool.
That's awesome.
Put it on the actual.
That
show.
is awesome.
There's
wow.
there's a picture of it that I took off my phone.
Thanks to everybody who downloaded.
Yeah. I figured we'd get to 100,000 eventually. It only took us almost 10 years. No, not quite. We still got some months on that. But no, it's always cool to see numbers of downloads. And thanks for anybody who listens to our dumb show about whatever. About us talking
we put
about
our heart into it.
Talking about stuff that everybody else talks about. But we say it in better, fun ways or something, right?
Yeah, and we have an interesting perspective.
Yeah. From people who did not work at any video game companies, we have a lot to say.
Right.
But yeah,
we're just obsessed with
it. Say that. But yeah, is there anything else you wanted to say for your stuff, Jeremy?
Well, I was just going to...
Since we were already... I know you're like... Because you put over 20 hours into UFO 50, so if we start with
Yeah,
that.
I played a lot of UFO 50 when I was at home the past few days, the past week, but I actually went to a place called Santa Claus, Indiana this weekend for a family vacation.
Never heard
we
of
were
it.
just there.
Sounds
we were there
for
3 nights, or 2 nights, 3 days. And it sounds made up, but it's not. There's a whole...
This is a real city. Is that
it's
right?
a real
Called
city.
Santa Claus, Indiana.
It originally was called, I want to say it was called Santa Fe or something like that, and then they found out that there's already another Santa Fe, Indiana, and then there's some mythical story. I don't know, like what do they say, like folklore or whatever, fable that a kid came into like the courthouse or whatever, the county room where everybody was talking about what they were going to name it, and then like some snowflakes blew in the front door when he walked in. He was like, "Why don't we call it Santa Claus?"
Wow. And
so now it's called Santa Claus, and it's Christmas all year round. They always have Christmas lights up, and a lot of like all the different restaurants and stuff are like Santa Claus themed, like Santa's Kitchen and stuff like that. And then and then there's a huge theme park called Holiday World that's completely holiday themed. Like you go to different sections in there, different seasons, like different holidays. I guess for most of its life, this park was just Christmas, but now it's like got a Halloween area. There's a Thanksgiving area.
Is there like a Yom Kippur ride? Because I want to get on that.
Yeah, there's just a dreidel that you sit on. No, there's not
teacup ride, but it's dreidels.
No, it's like, think American holidays.
Like Boxing Day. Can you put me in a box and just throw me downhill? And we'll call it the Boxing Day ride.
Oh yeah,
that's a Canadian thing, so they probably wouldn't have it.
Basically, they just it's like there's 4th of July, of course. There's there wasn't an Easter. I didn't see an Easter.
No, Casimir Pulaski. I mean, that's more of a Chicago thing.
Well, I was thinking more of like, because they've got mascots. I mean, like, of course, like there's someone walking around with a Santa suit and stuff. So it kind of surprised me they don't have an Easter area.
No bunnies.
They could have like Jesus or whatever, or the bunnies. But like one of the first things you see when you walk in to the park, like when you're like just go through like the ticket area, the big ticket area, is a huge fountain that's got Christmas ornaments like in the center. And then like off to the left, there's a nativity scene, and like the store in front of you is like called like Holiday Junction or something, and it's full of like lots of little kitschy restaurants, and like they've got like a little candy store in there and stuff. And then you can buy Christmas decorations. There's you can get like turkey and stuffing in the Thanksgiving section anytime you want, and you can also like. There's this dark ride I rode that was like, obviously it used to shoot the turkeys, but they've changed it to where it's your turkey collar, and you're just calling the turkeys when you shoot them.
Oh, you should still be able to shoot them. It's part of the holiday.
Right. That
sounds like a
was pretty
kitsch
fun.
lover's dream. Like somebody who's into like really kitschy things.
There's got to be a ton of YouTube videos about people go to see it. It's like it's one of those things like you hear about it and it doesn't sound real, but then It's real. I've seen it.
Yeah,
It's
I never
real.
heard of it, and I thought I went to every shitty place in Indiana. I mean, this is a good place in Indiana.
This is actually pretty good. You know, I
Just small.
wouldn't say it was quite as cool as Dolly World was, like, or Dollywood, because like I don't know, that place was just something else, like on its own level, like. But this one was like super clean, and all the rides were pretty fun. Like I liked the roller coasters we rode, and they had a pretty nice water park. I don't usually care too much about water parks, but it was part of like our day where like we might as well try it out. They had a water coaster, which I've never ridden a water coaster before. That was really fun. It like it would like push you up a hill really fast, and then you'd get really wet. Luckily, I was
Explain
in my
a water
swims.
coaster to me.
I mean, you should be. Yeah, I'm like you should.
It's like a
you should wear swim
water
trunks, right?
slide
'Cause it's probably
and a roller coaster combined. But the whole time you're like going through water. So like think of it like a log ride where you go up and then you go down. Splash.
Okay, yeah.
Well, this one, like you would go up again because you would go, and instead of like being like going up on that chain where it's like click, 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 where you're going up like a roller coaster, there's like a propulsion thing that like shoots you up the hill really, really fast. So instead of like a water slide where you'd have to climb a big tower and start at the top, you're just like at ground level, and then it gets up pretty high, but for the most part, you're just getting thoroughly moistened the entire time. And it was really fun because it was like 90 something degrees, and it has unlimited sunscreen. Like there's sunscreen stations everywhere, and unlimited soda.
It's really sunny there.
You can go up. There's like they call them oases, but there's like oases all over the place where they've just got soda fountains and paper cups, and you can just drink all the soda you want.
Wow. So if you want to lose your teeth in a weekend, it's
Right.
a good place to go to.
No, it's like the American dream in theme park form.
Is it like cola? Or is
Highly
it like
recommend
Sprite?
everybody
Like
go if you get a chance.
What kind of soda is in the soda
Pepsi.
fountain? Pepsi.
It's different Pepsi stuff. So they've got like Dr. Pepper. Then they've got like Gatorade. You know, if you want to be a little less soda-like, then you can get water if you want.
Where is this place in Indiana?
Santa Claus. It's
like in the middle, kind of, right?
It's down towards Bloomington. It's not too far from Bloomington.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it's I was just looking at it. It's southwest of Indianapolis, southwest of Bloomington, also, as you just said. But
yeah,
it looks like it's closer to Louisville, actually.
Yeah,
Kentucky.
it was pretty close to Kentucky by the time we got there. We were seeing signs for Louisville being like less than an hour away and stuff.
There was some place, I forget. It was somewhere I was in Ohio where I was like so close to like I was like right next to like two other states. Like I just drove like 20 minutes and I was in Kentucky already. So like I went out to eat and I was like, oh, I'm in Kentucky now.
Yeah,
where it's like right on the. It was kind of around there.
But yeah, it was a trip. I mean, I might go back someday, just because.
Did you go to the Santa Claus Museum? There's a
no,
museum too.
We weren't there long enough to really check out everything. But yeah, there's a museum, and it's like, I don't know. There was more of the park. Like I didn't get to explore the whole park. I don't think I ever made it to. So maybe there was an Easter section. And I just didn't make it to that part. But I know there was stuff I just completely missed, even though we were there for the whole day. Like,
did you ride the Raven? That's a cool name for.
Yeah, I rode the Raven. That was the first thing we rode.
Does it like DDT you at the end when you get dropped on your head at the end? And it's like, what about me? What about Raven?
See, I was just thinking about it.
Because nobody remembers Raven the wrestler, but I do. He was my favorite.
This one was like a really old rickety wooden roller coaster. It was pretty rough, actually. It kind of hurt, but I liked it still. I only rode it once because it shook my bones. I know some of those wooden roller coasters can really hurt your back.
Oh yeah, I got a concussion from one of those ones. The Main Street in Cedar. Yeah,
you got a concussion.
I literally got a concussion.
Like through your tailbone?
Like you hit your head on something?
No, I didn't hit my head, but it was just so rickety because it was an old wooden coaster. It shook me so much that it ruined the rest of my day at Cedar Point. I had a massive headache, and I just couldn't ride any more rides.
Wow,
that was it for me. Yep.
Stay away.
Yeah, you gotta be careful about those wooden coasters. But you know the ones that like they have one called the Thunderbird. That one was really cool. That was like a dangling one, kind of like I guess what was Superman like. The dangling one or Batman where you're like hanging off the track.
Yeah.
And it had a bunch of like boosters so it would make you go really quick. And there's like loop-the-loops and corkscrews and all that fun stuff. And then I rode like a dark ride. Like I actually didn't get to ride very many rides because just the way the day went, like everything's really spread out and the lines were fairly long. Like we waited over an hour to ride the Aqua Coaster.
Yeah, if you got to deal with the lines, that can really kind of fuck everything up.
And then we were there with a big family group, so we were like meeting up with them and stuff when we could. And we had like Shauna had bought like this card that got us like food at a bunch of the different stands. Like you just paid like a flat price, and then you could go get like, I think we ended up getting like 9 or 10 different smaller portions of stuff all over the park throughout the day, and that was kind of fun. Getting to try all the different food, which none of it was all that great, but still.
Yeah, I was gonna say, was it any good at all?
Was fine.
Was it all like Christmas themed stuff? Like
there was some, but we didn't really
like sliced beets or whatever. I don't know. Whatever.
I don't think we had any of the Christmas stuff.
It's turkey all day long there. Just full on turkey, right? Because turkey for Thanksgiving,
we had like
turkey
fried
for
chicken.
Christmas.
We got beignets at
ham
in the America section. Pizza, of course, was one of them. Yeah, whatever. It was just a lot. I don't know. It was fine. It was cool. It was great.
It sounds fun.
I like theme parks. It's like once a year I can go to a good theme park. I don't need to go all the time, but it's perfect for a family vacation because you can kind of split up and do your own thing, but you're still kind of all hanging out together when you're camping out and stuff.
Cool.
So yes, that was basically it. And I did bring my Switch, but I didn't play my Switch 2, but I didn't play much of it while I was there. Well, we had a really cool cabin. We just didn't hang out in it much.
Cool. Well, let's keep going on games that we played. I saw that you played the Shinobi demo, John.
I did, yep.
I did too. Did you get all the way through it?
Not all the way. I think I got most of the way through.
Oh,
I just played it yesterday for like maybe an hour or so.
Okay. Yeah, I played it last night. I wanted to, as I said as my nickname, Demolicious, I wanted to do all of the demos. So I did 3 different demos for the week that were available. And this was one of them. So last night I played it. I played it all the way through to the end. And when you beat the final boss, you actually get an ability where you can go back and unlock all these secret stuff that you couldn't get through before. And there's a whole nother thing on top of that you can do, which fucking sucks. Like I was ready to rip my eyeballs out from trying to play that thing. So it sucks.
This was just a demo?
Yeah, this is just a demo, but there's a hidden level called the Rift where you have to jump through the whole thing, and there's like no checkpoints. And there's like spikes everywhere, and if you hit any of the spikes, you automatically go back to the beginning again. And it's really fucking irritating. And and if you get through it, you get a different weapon actually, and that's what's worth it. Like you get a different sword because you only have one sword through the whole demo. But yeah, no, I was pretty impressed with it. It's done by the same people who did Streets of Rage 4, the Lizard Cube and all that. So it looks really good. It's hand drawn, or it looks hand drawn. It looks like hand animated, right. And it's super pretty. And the camera angles will be like closer or farther back, like depending on where you're at, and it'll like zoom in. Dynamic, and it has like really fluid combat. Kind of reminds me of Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. There's definitely challenges that are like that too. Like there's parts where you have to go through a long section, with spikes, like kind of like what I was saying. And you get to the end, and there's stuff you can find. There's these 2 secret things you can get where you have to fight a bunch of people at once, and if you get all the way through and you get that, and another one, you unlock another thing on top of that.
Yeah, every level has 2 areas with a hidden clan, and you have to defeat them. And if you defeat the 2 clans, then you get a special ability from doing that.
Did you do that?
I did, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I did that. I got that, but I don't know if you remember. Do you remember these there's these green? There's these basically green bars that you can't break that you see in the level.
Yeah, I didn't figure out how to do those. No.
So once you beat the final boss of the demo, you get the ability to break the green bars. And if you go back, there's one really big level. If you go all the way down to the bottom, there's a green bar there, and if you break that, there's a portal that takes you into the Rift, and that's where you have to deal with all that shit. But I got 83%, because once you beat it, it shows you your percentage. You can actually switch it to arcade mode, too, I guess, where you only have 1 life, and you have to get through the whole thing. But it's a pretty big demo, or it's a lot to do for what it is.
I'd say so.
And it made me excited about the game, and I think the game's only $30. It's releasing at 30, at the end of the month and all that. I think on the 29th, right?
It's cool. So I've played I've played a bit of the regular Shinobi games, 1 through 3.
Yeah, I actually played them
And-
all like right after I played the demo. Well, I mean, I didn't play them all the way through, but I was like, how many Shinobi games do I have? So I have Shinobi 1, the Sega Ages game, so I played that.
Yep.
And then I went and I played Revenge of Shinobi on the Genesis Online, and I played Shinobi 3 also, which I love Shinobi 3. That's like my favorite one out of all of them.
I was trying to remember, like, how much of this game is drawing from those 3 games, and also how much did the Messenger draw from Shinobi? I know it drew a lot from Ninja Gaiden, but I'm wondering because I felt a lot. I was very much reminded of the Messenger in playing this game.
Well, yeah, for sure. I mean, the like move where you like move in the air, right? Isn't that a Messenger move?
That's a Messenger thing,
Where
yeah.
you can move forward because that wasn't in any of the Shinobis
yeah,
that I played.
I don't think so. Yeah, there's a little like
Yeah.
there's like an energy ball where you're jumping to maneuver through the air, and if you hit the action button on the energy ball, then you get another jump.
Oh yeah. You get that too, and I don't.
That's totally from the Messenger. Yeah,
I don't remember that from any Shinobi game that I played either. So I mean, I didn't play anything past
I feel
3,
like-
so
like-
I don't know.
I feel like maybe I'm not clear on whether this was inspired by the Messenger. Or the Messenger was inspired by past Shinobi games, and I don't know. It seems like the lines are kind of blurred there.
Yeah, I thought the Messenger was maybe more Ninja Gaiden focused.
sure,
I'm sure
yeah.
there's like some Shinobi stuff. That was actually playing the Shinobi games again. Kind of made me wish that the new game was more like that, where it wasn't like so Metroidvania, and it was more just like actiony. You know, where you just go
Straight
from
action.
like beginning to end, and they just have super huge
Yeah.
set pieces. And I mean, I saw like at the end of the demo, of course, it shows a video of all the stuff in the game, and yeah, you get to ride a horse and like a missile and like surf or all this shit that you can do in Shinobi 3. But I kind of liked the way you did it in Shinobi 3 better, I guess. I don't know. And I didn't see any giant mutant faces or any like really weird bosses yet. I mean, you fight like a big monkey guy at the end, I guess, which is kind of cool. But I don't know. Shinobi 3, like that game's still pretty awesome. Like I
pretty
played
cool,
I played the crap out of that on Wii when it was on a Virtual Console, and I spent a lot of time with that. And then I played it on like every other version it was on. You know, I played it on the Genesis Collection, and I saw I'd put a good amount of time into it on the Nintendo Switch Online even. So
Were any of those 3 games able to be called Metroidvanias in any way? Because I don't really think
No.
so. I thought those were more just like run and gun.
I mean, they're
Except for
just
your
like
gun is a ninja star.
they're just straight up like, you know, level after level, like side
Yeah.
scrollers. And I kind of like that about it, that it's just action. It's just
little more
just like
simplistic.
beginning to end, and then a giant boss, and you know, then you go to the next thing.
Yeah, this one's definitely a Metroidvania. But I wouldn't say it's totally deviating from the original games. It is Metroidvania.
Well,
Yeah.
not necessarily. It just doesn't. Like, I really like the demo, and I like the way the new Shinobi is looking,
Yeah.
you know. But when I went back to play Shinobi 3, I was like, oh well, I do kind of wish it was a little bit more like that, you know, where it was just like level to level and not so much a Metroidvania. And you can still, you know, throw your little, your little whatever you call them, the kunais or whatever they're called.
Shurikens or
Yeah,
whatever.
you can still throw those, but in the Shinobi one, that's like all you did was throw that, you know. And this one is more combo based, but I mean, it still is like really fluid, like the movement.
Yeah, doing
and,
the combos is fun.
yeah, and it 100% reminded me of the Last Crown. You know, it's kind of had that same.
The Lost Crown.
Yeah, with
what
the
that is.
Prince of Persia, the Lost Crown, the game. Remember that Jeremy and I played?
Sure.
It's really good. Metroidvania game. The one that like broke on me when I got it, when I had that horrible glitch where it wouldn't load.
Yeah, I'm split on whether or not I'll buy this game. I mean, certainly if it's on sale for a good price, I do just feel like, I love the Messenger. It's just reminding me how much I love the Messenger. Not that this is a bad game, but yeah, I don't know. I feel in some ways like I've played this before. It is pretty nice to look at. I don't know. From the demo, it feels like a good 8 to me.
It did. I mean, it did feel a lot like the Messenger to me too. Like when I was playing, and I was like, yeah, this kind of reminds. It's like, remember when the Messenger was awesome? I mean, I never played the DLC for that, but and then they went off and made that RPG game. They should go back to making ninja games. I guess I should go back to playing the RPG game too, but whatever.
That's worth trying. I'd recommend everybody try this demo out.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I had a lot of fun with the demo, and I like that you can do more afterwards. That it's like, and there's more shit, and there's a lot of stuff to unlock. Like I bought all the stuff from the shop. I bought everything you could buy from there. And I basically got through everything except the Rift. But the Rift sucks. I don't know, watch a video of it. It's got a lot of, it's a whole lot of jumping with not a whole lot of places to stand on, and if you just fuck up like once, you gotta start all over again. Those fun things that drive me crazy. But did you want to talk? You can just talk about whatever else you've been doing, and I'll just run through all the rest of my stuff.
I mean, I just played a little bit of Bonanza, not to get too much into it, but I've been fossil hunting. I decided to look for the fossils and not for the bananas because a lot of times the fossils lead you to the bananas.
Yeah, I was going to say, you'll kind of find them together. That's what I was doing too. Like, if I didn't have a banana map, I'll just look at the fossil map, and a lot of times you'll find a banana on the way there.
Feels a bit more fun to me that way. It feels a bit more like I'm still like doing the discovering versus just looking at a map or buying the maps. So, yep, I'm just going back through it level by level for basically the third time around to try and get as much as I can. That's sort of my strategy, I guess, is I'm just going to keep going, from level 1 all the way to the end, and then cycle back again until I feel like I only have a few left, and then I'll do the looking up where everything is.
Did you do it? Well, I mean, yeah, I actually haven't really looked at anything. I think I looked at one thing just because I was upset, but I haven't looked online for anything. Did you get through all of the Elder challenges or whatever? Did you beat all those? Because last week it sounded like you were pretty far.
Yeah, I got through all the individual challenges.
I mean, is it worth it? Like, does it change? Does it change a whole lot, or is there more that you have to do after that? Like non-spoiler, I guess.
So there's, a little bit spoiler, but there's if you get all 5 of them, that's not the end.
Yeah, there's more to do after that, right?
So that part I haven't finished yet because I felt like I got to get some more abilities. I did try it and it was really hard. So I thought I got to get all the abilities. Yeah.
Yeah. Last week it sounded like you had already gotten through all of them.
Last week I think I was at the end of like the elephant one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, but I did finish it this week. I guess that's the big thing I did. I finished that, and I just have to do the final set of challenges.
Oh, but there's another thing after that where you still have to use all the transformations. Yep. Is what you're saying? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I got through.
That's super hard.
What was it? I forget which one I got through. I don't know. I sent a video. The one where you had to like jump off of the bouncy stuff like a lot. Like.
Oh yeah, the green.
I hated it so much. Yeah.
It's a big circle that's rotating, and you got to carve your way through it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so fucking stupid. I hated that level so much. I wanted to break every controller that I own. Like I really did.
Not even the controllers that you were using. You're just going to go open drawers and
no, everyone. All like 500 of my controllers. That could be a fun expansion pack. Let's count how many controllers we have, because I bet I have at least 100. There's a lot of them all over the place. I'm looking at like 5 right now. I don't even have to look that far. It's right there.
I got quite a few.
Actually, 6. Yeah, there's another one over there. Like you just look and you'll see like so many in the distance.
Yeah, that's it for me.
Well, while you were playing Donkey Kong Bonanza on Saturday night, which I should have reminded you, but I didn't because I was delivering and I was just trying to get home. But there was the Drag X Drive demo was then. It was till midnight. You could have totally played it, and you could have tried it out for free. But you probably forgot about it because you weren't just constantly thinking about it like I was. But I did. So last week I said I was going to stay up till 5 a.m. to play the Drag and Drive demo. I didn't do that because I was way too tired. I'm like, I'm not staying up to play this game. So I was like, I need to find another time to do it because it was either because it was like 5 to 9 in the morning, or it was like 6 to 11 or something like that at night. And I was delivering. I wasn't going to get done until like 10:30. So I was like, maybe I can get back and play some time and do it, but I didn't get back quick enough. So, but then I realized that there was also one on Sunday, like Sunday afternoon. And I was like, oh well, shit, I can do that. So I got up at noon. I think it started at 11 or something like that. And I played Drag and Drive. I played the game. I popped my Joy-Cons off. I put the fucking things on the end of them. I made sure that I wore pants so I could have more friction or whatever. And Yeah, I played it. I played it for like a half hour or so. I recorded it. It's on YouTube. If you want to watch me do really bad at the game, you can watch me. I turned the camera on to film myself doing it, and I found out that the Nintendo camera, I couldn't get it to work with my laptop. Like maybe my laptop's too old, but I could not get this camera to work because I was just going to take it and just point it at my hands and just have a angle of me just doing the movements or whatever. And I could not get it to register. I couldn't get it to work with my capture program. I couldn't get it to work with Zoom. I couldn't get it to get recognized at all by my computer. So maybe, I don't know, maybe it's just too new for it or something, which is weird because almost everything still works on it, even though it's like a 2012 computer or whatever. I can get most things to still work. But I noticed that. But yeah, Drag and Drive, there's... What I think is really weird about it is there's a demo. So you start it, and there's your tutorial that like tells you what to do and how to play the game and all that stuff and blah 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 blah. Now, if you remember the global test flyer for Splatoon 2 on Switch 1, you could play this demo all the time. You didn't have to play it at a specific time. Why the hell did they not do that on this one? Like they should just let you just play that tutorial one, whenever you can open the app and just let you do that. And then if you actually want to play online, you could do it. Because then more people could basically figure out whether you like the game or not. Because within that like first 10 minutes of you playing that tutorial, you're going to realize whether you're going to hate the game or like the game. Because it takes a lot of effort, to play the game. And I tried doing it different ways. Like I used it on my like arm rails here. I did it up here, but that that was too high. And I did it on my pants. And I have like this footrest over here. I was doing it on the footrest too, but that was too low. And the pants was the best, I guess, for me. And I saw like some article where somebody was like, "Oh yeah, the blue on my pants rubbed off." I was like, "Well, I don't know, maybe you got shitty pants or something like that." It didn't work for me. My my dickies were fine afterwards; they were not harmed by the Drag X Drive demo. But no, I played through the tutorial. I moved around. I was like, "All right, it feels fine." I played a couple games online. I lost every one, because I'm really bad at this game. And it's a workout, you're just, you're doing this over and over again, or this, or what, you're doing your shit. And my arms were really hurting. And I'm just like, after I play like a half hour of this game, I'm like, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna buy this game because
it's not even like a supernatural, like a really natural movement. Like in some Wii games, they would do like if you're swinging a baseball bat. Okay, that's something you.
Yeah, but you're not doing it all the time.
Yeah, you're not doing it all the time. That's exactly
well. And one of the things you have to do is, which I think is cool. I think you'd like it. Like, if you want to steal the ball from somebody, you just like slam right into them. But also you got to get your momentum going. So you got to you got to do the movement over and over again and get going quick enough, and you slam into them and you get the ball. And I did think throwing the ball with the motion worked pretty well most of the time. I made a lot of shots. I made a lot of 3-pointers whenever I had a chance to. I could not figure out how to slam dunk anything. I never got a slam dunk in out of any of them because I kept I'd go up and I'd hit the ring and then I'd fall down on my face and drop the ball and then somebody else would take it and also people kept dropping out too. I'd have a team of 3 and they would disappear and then I was playing with bots and I was like, did they leave because I suck? Is it because I'm terrible at this game? Is that why you took off to go do whatever else? I don't know.
Well, also, part of the reason that they did this was to fix the online issues and all that. So,
well, sure. Well, they wanted to test it out, but also it was you really should, because I think a lot of maybe it hurts them, I guess. Because for me, I wanted to buy it just to know how it feels, and it does have that it has the HD rumble. So when you move it, it feels kind of feels like a tire, it's it feels like it's a tire on the ground or whatever. So you kind of get that to it, but I don't know. No offense, but it kind of felt like Rocket League to me, and that game was boring to me. So it was very much that's when I realized I'm not going to play this game. There's no way I'm going to play this game. It felt like Rocket League. That's the same thing. Rocket League sure is fun for some people, but it's like watching paint dry. It's really, it's just, I never saw the reason for playing it or, I don't know. I need some sort of thing to work towards other than just winning or whatever. At least I like playing Fortnite because Fortnite changes constantly, and you can, I bought the Thing skin wearing a Superman cape, I can make a Superman thing or whatever. You can do all this dumb shit with it. And I like talking to my friends about wrestling and playing it or whatever, which is fun. But yeah, this one, I realized while I was doing the demo, I was like, if I get this, I'm not going to play it. I'm definitely not going to play this game. So I kind of So the demo kind of turned it off to me. I was like, well, even though I think you might like it, John, but it takes a lot of effort. I mean, I think you'd like it because you put like 500 hours into Rocket League. Like you like that sort of like, you know, we like the competitive arcade sports stuff, which
I do like that.
I don't like as much, I guess, as I've noticed.
Yeah, I like soccer games.
I mean, the only thing I like playing online was golf.
I do like basketball games,
with Mario Golf, but golf is fun. It's slow paced and more. I mean, but that's me. I just love golf games. I'm really excited about trying out that UFO 50 golf game that Jeremy mentioned earlier that I haven't tried.
Ooh. Yeah, there's a few of them.
Yeah, I didn't see any of them yet, but I haven't played all of them. But yeah, Dragon Drive. I didn't watch any of the I didn't watch any of the reviews of it because I didn't want to be influenced by anybody else's opinion on it. But I mean, that's kind of what I felt from it. I was like, yeah, I mean, it's interesting that it works, but it would really have to have some extra shit to it. I mean, I did see in the background somebody like knocking down like bowling pins. Is there a bowling mode in it? Like maybe I'd be more interested in that. But I don't know. I didn't watch any of the reviews. Like I don't. Yeah. I'm sure I'll hear it on the NVC podcast when they talk about it. And
I read a few. I looked at a few of the reviews.
I saw an article from was it Kotaku or Polygon saying like the two worst games on Switch 2 are made by Nintendo, basically saying Welcome Tour and Dragon Drive. Which Welcome Tour actually scored a lot lower than Dragon Drive did.
It's like 1-2 Switch and ARMS all over.
It was like it was like 60% and 50%. Like I think Welcome Tour got 50% and Dragon Drive got 60. So it was a little bit better than Welcome Tour, but still.
IGN gave it a 6. And I read, I think it was Nintendo Life that said this just feels kind of like incomplete, which to me hints toward what I think was the origin of this game. I think this was meant to be a piece of Switch Sports, and they just, for whatever reason, set it aside, maybe to feature the mouse controls a little bit more.
I mean, it kind of feels in the same realm as 1-2 Switch, you know, where they just wanted some sort of gimmicky thing with the controls, and this is what you have. I mean, I'd be interested to see how many people actually end up getting it and playing it online or whatever. But yeah, it was like it was cool to see how it worked. But once I got through like 3 or 4 matches, I'm like, nah. I'm like, there's no way I'm going to play this. I'm not going to play this game, you know. So it was like, yeah. So I was done with it. But I still think you should get it, John. It's only $20. You know, like, you know, skip a meal or something. You good? You got it costs $20 to get a taco at Taco Bell now. You know, just to eat at home, and you'll have enough money for the game, and it'll last a lot longer. You know, you won't have to shit directly after. You know, actually, you might, depending on how you rub.
Might rattle a few things loose. Yeah,
on how you rub the Joy-Cons on yourself.
No, I'm not going to be getting it right away. I'll get it at some time, I'm sure.
I'm going to say it's out right now. It actually came out this second. It is out as we were speaking. It came out at 11 o'clock on Wednesday.
Whoa.
Yep.
Here I am not buying it.
I mean, it'll if you lump it in the same area as you did with Welcome Tour, if you want to, try out experimental, mostly bad games for Switch 2. Here you go.
That's literally probably what will convince me to buy it eventually. It's just like, oh, here's something that they're trying. This is a mouse feature game. Cool. Even
though this game still sounds more appealing to me than Welcome Tour out of the two of them. So
same.
Welcome Tour, after hearing thoughts from you and everybody else, I'm like, I don't want to play that game.
Yeah.
I don't like any game that makes me like get up and switch my controller constantly or pull the thing out of the dock. I don't want any of that stuff. It's
happy 7-week anniversary of me not playing Welcome Tour.
Yeah, it's like right. I
played it a couple of weeks ago, a little more, but I just got all the stamps so I could go to the second part, and the second part was even more boring than the first part.
Yeah, I bet. It's like a new color here. Some stuff is red, but speaking of stuff that I did like playing, I did play We Love Katamari for a little bit just to try to get caught up, because I said I was going to beat all these games last week, and I was like, oh, let's play that. And I played it for a little bit, for like an hour or so, and the levels were fun, and the music's fun, and I still haven't beat it.
When is the new one supposed to come out?
October. I thought it was October.
Pretty soon.
It's soon, yeah. So yeah. But the game that I've been playing the most is Hexen and Heretic and Hexen, which I didn't even know about it. I just saw somebody tweet about it online somewhere, and I was like, wait, Hexen's on Switch? And then I looked it up, and there it was. And it's $15. and you get two
Those are
games,
2 games.
and it's actually more than that because you get Heretic and Hexen, but you actually get there was like a sequel-ish, like a patch thing that you bought, like that came out a couple of years later for Hexen that's on there also. And there's also 2 new things made by Night Dive Studio for Hexen and Heretic. So technically, there's 5 different games in there. So, but Heretic is fucking fun as hell. Like I'd never played it before. Honestly, I'd never even heard of the game. It's basically, it feels like it's a sequel to Doom that you didn't know about. That's what it feels like. It feels like Doom 3. But with D&D like looking stuff, because it's like it takes place in a medieval world. So like there's weapons that are different, but it's like the crossbow is like the same as the shotgun, and you get like these magical gauntlets that you kill people with when they get next to you. That's like the same as the chainsaw. Like you can easily like equate whatever in this game to something in Doom, but it's more levels. Like the levels are really cool. I played through all of the first chapter, which is the free version. So if you had the shareware or whatever, that would have been the end of the game there. I played through all of those, and I played through half of the second chapter. And the challenges, they ramp up pretty quickly between the 2 of them, and it's just fun as hell. I mean, it's like that, like how Jeremy was like super focused on UFO 50. That's for like me when you catch me in this like whatever shoot 'em up Doom type game. I'll just I know exactly what to do. Like I know how to do it. You can quick save, like, and I'll just go through and just go like map to map. And I was proud of myself because I was like, there was a part of the level and I was like in the dark, and I was like, I switched the map on. I go to the end of the room, and there's a secret room there, and I was like, I knew that was there because I've played hours of Doom games and I know how this works. But yeah, no, there's some really cool new stuff to it also. Like there's an inventory system, which none of the other games had. So, like when you're in Doom, you would get like an item that quadruples your damage or whatever, but you have to use it right then. But this one, you get stuff and it goes in your inventory system and you can use it later. So you'll get like an invincibility ring, or you can get wings where you can fly around the level, which is really cool too. You can go wherever you want. There's achievements for it too. There's an achievement where like you can use, if you use like invincibility and quadruple damage and flying, that's an achievement. And I did that because I had all 3 of those. But yeah, you can make yourself invincible. There's like a thing where you can throw eggs at people and turn them into chickens, which is, I don't know why that's in there, but it's funny. It's an item you can do to turn the bad guys into chickens. There's like there's like little flasks that can heal your health. You can get what's it called? You can get a bag of holding, which is what we got at Jeremy's wedding. The bag of holding.
Yeah.
But no, you get the bag of holding, and it basically ups the amount of ammo you can carry for every weapon. But it also gives you more ammo when you find it, and they're hidden all throughout the game. But yeah, the game is really cool. Oh, you can make yourself invisible where people can't find you. And there's like RPG looking weapons in there, but it's basically Doom with different weapons. A lot of the same, a lot of the same sound effects are the same. Like when you get hit, you still hear the like the same noise from Doom. And in the credits, John Romero and John Carmack are like in the credits there, so they worked, the same people who worked on Doom worked on this game as well. So, but it's been fun as hell for me to play that one just because it's very much what I'm used to. But Hexen is actually like a completely different game. I have a story about Hexen. When I was in high school, I rented Hexen 64, and I played it, and I was like, wow, this game sucks. It looks like shit, and I don't know what to do. And so I took it back, unhappy with it. And then I went on this student ambassador trip where I went to like Scotland and Wales and England and all this shit. And one of the people that I went with, he kept talking about how cool Hexen was, and how it was just awesome, the game, and it's so amazing. So like when I got back to America, I told my mom, I was like, all right, I want a Subway sandwich and I want Hexen, that's what I'm going to do. And she went out and rented Hexen for me and went and got me a sub sandwich because there was no Subways there or whatever. And yeah, I played it again. I was like, wow, this game still sucks. So that's my story of Hexen. I read this guy sold me on it, and I played it again, and I still hated it.
Was he talking about the PC Hexen?
Well, the 64 game actually doesn't suck. I just didn't know how to play it, is the idea. I expected it to be like Doom, and it's not. Like, Hexen is actually more like Zelda and Metroid than Doom. It's really weird. Instead of like Heretic and Doom, you go like level by level, you go from beginning to end, and then you go to the next level. Hexen doesn't work like that. Hexen is actually one big map. It's just one big giant map where there's portals connected to different areas, and you have to find certain things to get to different parts, like a Metroidvania. You have to get upgrades to get you to other areas, and that's the way it works. And I didn't really understand that, so that's why I thought the game sucked, because I didn't know how to play it. And I was actually watching like the Nintendo World Report review of this game, and they were saying that the 64 Hexen port was actually the best of the console ports at the time. So it made me kind of want to get that again and try it out. But they've done a lot of really cool stuff, this version of it on Switch, which I was like, why isn't this in the Indie Direct? Probably because it came out from Bethesda and they're not an indie company. But still, you still should have put there anyway, so I would have known that it came out instead of finding it on some fucking tweet or whatever.
Was Hexen 64 the same game as the PC?
Yeah,
or was it a
is.
Doom 64 Doom scenario? No, it's the same game. Huh?
It is the same game, yeah. I just didn't know how to play it because it's not like Doom. Like I said, it's not. They basically throw you into the world and they really don't tell you what to do. But the good thing they've done with this version is you have a map you can look at, but now they've put markers on the map to kind of tell you where you need to go. They don't tell you what to do, but they tell you that you need to go there. So at least you like kind of have an idea of like how to get through the game. You'd be like, oh, well, there's an X over there. I should go over there and try to figure out what that is. It's probably a switch or an item that'll help me get to a different thing. So I've been trying to like slowly progress through Hexen, and I do want to try to get through it, but I like Heretic so much better because it's more straightforward. It's just, kill everything and get to the end. But I like what they've done with it. I guess they like upped some of the weapon powers are a little bit better. Like, so you can kind of like, they made the crossbow like more like the shotgun, so you can take people down and all that sort of thing. In Hexen, there's 3 different classes. There's the, it's like the cleric and the warrior and the mage, and they all have different weapons that you have and you get different weapons to level up and you collect like mana and whatnot to to power your weapons up to shoot people. It's like I said, it's RPG-ish, but you don't level up. You just get better weapons, but it's still like, it feels more like Zelda or Metroid. We have to get one thing to get to another, to another, to another. But I mean, yeah, I'm happy that it's on there. And Hexen has 8-player local multiplayer that you can play on the TV. There's 8-player split screen, which I didn't even know about. I saw that in one of the reviews. And yeah, that's wild. And you can do it on Switch because you can connect 8 controllers for like Smash Brothers, and you could do it on there, and you could all play. I can't imagine that being easy to do, but yeah, there's online co-op and there's 8-player local multiplayer. That would be such a pain in the ass to play, but we could try that. We could try that at your house, 8-player. Well, we don't have 6 other people, but we can find some people in Michigan and have them line up there. No, it's really cool. I think if if you're looking to spend, it'd probably be a better way to spend your money. But if you wanted to throw $15 to like a really cool game, I think you'd enjoy Heretic because it feels very much like Doom. And Hexen's one I just want to try to get through it just because I never really understood it before. I just didn't know how to play it, and now that I kind of understand it a little bit, I've gotten farther. I still don't know if I've actually really done anything, but I got to some of the X's on the map, that it's telling me to go to. It's just kind of, it really doesn't tell you what to do at all. It really does not explain anything to you, and you have to kind of figure it out. But I'm really happy that it's there, and yeah, it's Night Dive Studios, so they do a really good job at it, and it's got gyro aiming. I think the original Heretic you couldn't even aim up and down, but now you can, which is interesting, and it's really fast. It feels really smooth. Like the frame rate on it is nice and all that, and it's just been a really great game for me to zone out in. I could just and all the levels, they feel like their own puzzle, like getting from one thing to another. And there's been some really interesting levels. Like this one level was like the ice palace. It's like ice all around this castle, and you have to find a way into the castle, and there's different secret areas in there and all that stuff. And yeah, it's been really fun. It's really fun to play through, and there's like a new boss at the end of each of the different episodes, and I think there's like 8 maps per episode, and there's like a 9th map, but there's like 5 or 6 episodes, so there's a good amount of levels in there just for Heretic alone. So that's my big recommend. I didn't watch the no clip thing yet, but I did see it. I did see it up there. I watched the what's it called? I watched Digital Foundry's video about it, and they kind of broke down and they showed all the differences that they added to it and how they've changed it since the last one. And I watched Nintendo World Report's review of it because I think they're like the only one that's reviewed it. But it gets my recommendation. I think it's awesome, and I think that's it for me.
I'll probably pick this one up when it goes on sale for like $5, like the Doom Collection did.
Yeah, it's already $15 for a shit ton of hours, though. It's worth the $15. That's for sure. Anyway, was there any news?
News. Don't snooze or you miss the news.
Oh yeah, Chibi Robo is coming to GameCube. I figured that would be what you were doing next Wednesday, and you wouldn't want to hang out with me because you want to play Chibi Robo.
Hey, we play Chibi Robo together. I don't mind.
I mean, it's not a 2-player, but we could. Well, we could sit in the same room with Switch.
Isn't one person Chibi, the other one's Robo?
That's how it works.
I'll be the kid that thinks she's a frog or whatever. I'll play as her. If you remember her, or the army eggs. I remember those guys.
I like those guys.
I'm excited to play this because I've literally never played it. I don't think I've ever even seen it.
I thought I remember you saying that. Yeah, I'm excited for you to play it, especially because you're a big fan of Moon, and you can see what the evolution of Moon was. Because like when I was playing Moon, I was like, man, this is like a 2D Chibi Robo. It feels like very much the same sense of humor, same sort of like even like sound design was like similar. It
reminds me of Mr. Mosquito too.
It's like definitely not gameplay wise though, because you won't. Well, I guess you will. I guess you will run out of energy if you don't charge yourself. But Chibi Robo was better at explaining it than Moon was.
Yeah, Chibi Robo is.
I had a lot more fun with Chibi Robo than Moon. I didn't really like that game.
I mean, I liked Moon enough. It felt like a regression having come from Chibi Robo to that, but it was just interesting to watch the sort of lineage of this company and how their games evolved.
Yeah, I like
Chibi Robo. Man, to me, it was my favorite GameCube game, so I'm really excited that it's here, and I can't wait to play it. I'm excited to see it also looking pretty. Because the game originally kind of had like a muddy sort of, as cool as it did look, and like the character designs and all that, and it was very vibrant and good looking in general. It just kind of had like a little bit of that GameCube mud going on.
I mean, that was more of a 64 thing. Like most of the GameCube games were pretty bright if you had the right TV for it. But I mean,
some of them got a little murky, and this was one of them. But
I mean, I was really big on this game when it came out. I bought it when it was released, and I'd be interested to see what it is now because I only played through it once. And never really went back to it. Like I thought it was interesting and weird, but I want to see how well it's aged over the years.
I remember what really struck me was when I played it. I didn't know until a few hours in when it clicked on me. Oh, this is a Zelda game. It's a Zelda game, but it's just with like quirky, weird characters set in modern times in a Japanese household. That's exactly what it is. It's like
I didn't really. I mean, there's not any like dungeons and stuff in there though for it.
Well, there's side as far as like the side quests, and it is an adventure game. It's right there in the subtitle. They say plug into adventure. And that's just the feeling that I got. I saw a lot of parallels, except for you're just like a little 4-inch tall robot. And I also like games. We've mentioned this before, where you're minuscule and everything is huge. And yeah, this is right along those lines.
I mean, this was probably the first game I played like that. I mean, aside from like Monsters in My Pocket on NES or something like that, but something where it's like where it feels like a much bigger world. And I liked the characters, and I like the idea of it. I remember like cooking food or whatever, like in the kitchen and doing the dishes or whatever.
I like the whole like sort of message of the game is just about making other people happy, and that's infectious. Like as corny as that does sound, that's your whole purpose. Is your reason for being Chibi Robo is to make this family happy, and we've all played games of different darker moods and all that stuff. And not to say those are bad, but it is just nice to like sort of meditate, so to speak, on like what you could do to make the world a little better place with your little toothbrush and scrubbing the floor and just making people's lives better. It will leave you with a smile. Like every time you play this game, you're going to have a laugh and you're going to feel a little bit better.
I'm excited for it to be in there. Yeah, I thought it was going to take a lot longer to come out, but
I thought so too. I thought for sure this is going to be the one that we like took so long that we forgot about it. But no, it came out pretty soon. And I wonder too, it must have been strategic. Like they know that people want like deep adventure games, and this is 3 weeks out from Donkey Kong now, so a lot of folks have finished that, us included. And so this is like a nice way to bridge the gap with something that's going to take you. I think it took me maybe 30 hours or so to beat this game.
Yeah, that's
so
what I would guess, like 20, 30 hours probably.
It's a good sized game to bridge the gap to whatever's coming next.
Yeah, till you get to Hyrule Warriors 3, whatever it is. That's the one everybody's really waiting for.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even remember what it's called. Whatever that one is. The winter one. The winter game. The Muso game.
Age of Imprisonment.
Imprisonment, yeah. It's Age of something.
My hope is that this really takes off. And like I know if you look at the releases that they have for the GameCube, it's like a lot of them the games are so expensive that people can't afford them, but they have a little bit of an audience out there. And this is one of those. My hope is that a lot of people play this for the first time and go, wow, this is great. And Nintendo watches on the back end as like people keep logging into the GameCube app to play Chibi Robo and maybe bring the series back with a proper sequel, which it never really got. Like the other games were deviations from the GameCube formula.
I always wanted to play that Park Patrol game.
Me too. Yeah.
Probably better than Ziplash. Ziplash was trash.
I think so. I think it was closer to the GameCube one, but I do think it was like a little bit different in some ways. Was my recollection of it.
Yeah, I never played it. I just remember seeing some videos of it, and I don't think I ever saw it anywhere.
I never played it either. I had the opportunity to pick it up for $12 at a GameStop one time, and I just decided not to do it, and I always regretted it. So
yeah, never
see it up there somewhere.
Just buy whatever you see.
Yep,
within reason, I guess, of whatever money you have. That's how I feel, because it you're never gonna see it again. You see it once, and then you won't see it again, and you'll have to order it from some dude on eBay, like I had to for that Rampage shirt that I bought, the AW Rampage, the show Rampage. They only had one T-shirt, and I didn't get it, and then Rampage got canceled, and then you couldn't get it anywhere, and I ordered it from some dude on eBay. So buy it when you can, so you don't have to buy it from somebody else for a larger price.
Served me well with the first Chibi Robo, which I got for $10 from GameStop, and now that game costs $240 or whatever.
Yeah. I don't remember which episode it was, but I did an audio review of Chibi Robo for the other podcast that I had, Negative World. I've put that on this show before, so go through and try to find it. I don't know what episode it is, but it's in there somewhere. You can find it.
Or just listen to our impressions next week.
Yeah, well, I mean, we probably wouldn't have played it because it'll be out Wednesday night.
Oh, it's out 1 week from today, actually.
Yeah, it'll be out
2
Wednesday
weeks.
night. It'll probably be out at like 8 o'clock on Wednesday, or that's what I'm thinking. 7, or maybe 6 or 7, because it normally comes out by like Japanese time, so it's like
okay.
It's like farther, because it says it actually says Thursday, but it'll actually be on Wednesday, right?
But I'm excited to hear Jeremy's first impression of it, because I think you're really going to like this game, Jeremy.
I hope so, because after all these years, it would suck if I didn't like it.
I think you'll like it. But what I like, hot off the press right before we started, the Tekken 8's Direct, did you put that on there just because you knew that I wanted to talk about it and didn't want to forget about it? No, yeah, that finally somebody said something about putting Tekken 8 on Switch 2. I've been talking about this like many times because I want to play Tekken 8 and it's only on PS5 and I don't want to buy a PS5. So, the director said that it would be really difficult to put it on there, but I mean, it kind of sounded like maybe he would. I don't know. It said like it would require a lot of work on the game to get it running on the hardware, obviously, because it's like a PS5 only game. But I mean, I think you can make it work. It's a fighting game. You can just scale it back, man, to do it. But I mean, I want to believe. This is Mulder would say. I want to believe in Tekken 8 on Switch 2. But I mean, it'd be a good idea because they did kind of get a lot of shit for their last update or whatever on Tekken 8. So if you want to bring it to more people, put it on Switch 2 because I will play it. I heard nothing but great things about it. Well, before the update or whatever.
They announced a physical edition of Bubsy in the Perfect collection, You can pre-order that starting the 15th, and you get a bunch of goodies with that.
Anybody
What could
care?
possibly go
Anybody
wrong?
care about that one?
I mean, I haven't.
Hey, whatever
interested
blows
in
your
it.
hair back.
Yeah.
Is that another Bubsy quote?
Yes.
Yep. There's a million of them. Yep.
More like a bridge too short.
Jeremy, you're going to get this game, aren't you?
Hey, I think I saw Elvis back there.
Yes, that's a yes. Would you be interested in this physical collection?
No.
Yeah,
No?
I don't know if you get the. Yeah, I don't know if you would get the game or the. I mean, these physical collections are normally.
Honestly, I've been happy just playing Bubsy on when I have a Bubsy craving, I can just play it on my phone because I've got the
oh
Delta.
yeah, get it
Later.
through it on there.
And I've got both Bubsies, Bubsy 1 and 2, and none of the other ones that I don't care about.
Yep. This has got Bubsy 1 and 2. Fractured Furry Tales, which was the Atari Jaguar one. I mean, that's like a double dose of bad Bubsy on the Atari Jaguar. And then Bubsy 3D.
Bubsy 3D has got a very interesting person, like an interesting person online that was like obsessed with that game. Do you remember anything about this?
I don't remember.
No.
His name is like Lalalalia or something like that. It was like I watched like a documentary about this guy recently, just randomly, but he posted like he's got like thousands of hours of him playing Bubsy 3D that he's like uploaded to the internet, and he's just going around and finding like all the glitches and stuff and pointing them out, and he's just going through every square pixel or every pixel of the game and like exploring it, and he managed to get like thousands of hours of enjoyment out of Bubsy 3D.
Unironically,
I mean,
I think so. Yeah.
You have love the one you're with or whatever, right? If you only have one game, then just love
Yeah.
that game.
It's a really interesting guy. You should look him up. Just like lots of like very quirky stuff. I think they're definitely autistic. But they are really, really smart and made their own games and stuff too.
I mean, I played a lot of Mortal Kombat Mythologies when I was in high school. Not that it's good, but I did spend a lot of time with that game because I was determined to get through it because I had to.
He says that he's always playing. He's got a video game that he made that he can only play in his head, and he's always playing it. And he's not trolling. He's got this game supposedly in his head that he is keeping track of everything as he plays it.
I was gonna say, don't we all have that?
that's the same thing I would do like when I forgot my Game Boy and I was in the car. Play Super Mario Land in my head.
Yeah, I've done that before.
Yeah, I mean, I've had I have a lot of dreams about playing games or whatever. Also, I've had a couple Donkey Kong Bonanza dreams actually.
How about dreams about the Legend of Zelda movie, which has opened its
Oh.
official social media page?
I definitely don't dream about that because I don't care. But I mean, maybe I'll see it.
I saw somewhere that it was the social media page is managed by Sony.
Oh yeah, I did see that.
Yeah,
That's
who's
kind
producing the
of funny.
movie? Yeah,
That's funny. Yeah, I saw it like, I don't know.
It's going to be hilarious. There's finally a Zelda game on Sony, but it's based on a movie.
The
It's
Planet
nuts.
of the Apes movie that the guy did is on Prime now. If you have Prime, you can watch it for free.
which I keep hearing is pretty good.
I thought you saw
So,
it. I thought
no, I
you
didn't
saw it
see
in
it.
the theaters. No?
I can't keep track of all these 8 movies.
I mean, I only watched the newest. Not the newest. I only watched the first one of the new Planet of the Apes movies.
Same.
But I've seen all of the original ones, and they are great. So, whatever. The original ones where they wore the fucking ape masks. That third one is really good. That's the best one, where they go back in time to the 80s. Watch that one. I think was that Beyond the Planet of the Apes? That was my favorite one. But I've seen all of those. Those are cool. But the new ones, I only saw the first one. But
So
maybe
by
I'll watch the
extension,
Prime one.
The Zelda movie must be great.
Must be.
Well, it's not made yet, so things that do not exist cannot be good or bad.
Also, not existing and not good or bad is the Space Invaders movie, which is coming.
I'm sure we all really needed to have that expanded, didn't they? I mean, they kind of already made this movie a billion other times. Like any movie with an alien in it, it's basically, you could call it Space Invaders the movie. You call War of the Worlds Space Invaders the movie. I mean, anything that has aliens coming down, like Mars Attacks, also
Mars Attacks,
Space
yep.
Invaders the movie.
Or Space Invaders. Remember that one?
I just want the Zelda movie just
Space Invaders, the ones
Space Invaders,
with,
yeah.
where they're like turtles. Well, I mean, they're like the
Pretty
turtles.
much, yeah.
Yeah, I like that one when I was.
I liked that as a kid. I'd watch that again.
It's probably on something, I'm sure. Yeah, another video game movie that I'm not interested in at all.
Yeah, I mean, you can pretty much make it whatever you want, so it's just kind of pointless to me. I don't know. It's like
Battleship. It's like Battleship, the movie, where you just need like a ship, same. And you need one person to say you sunk my battleship, and there you have a movie.
Super Nintendo World is coming to Europe in 2031. They're doing another one of these.
2031, man.
Yeah.
I'm not even. Imagine how many Nintendo mains we all have by then. Don't think about it.
So many.
It's gonna make you sad.
We'll be up to 200,000 hours.
We'll have like 700 episodes or something like that by then.
Sometimes I think about how old I'll be when the new 3D Zelda comes out.
The game?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll probably be like really old.
Yeah, we'll be nearing 50.
You don't think there'll be another one out sooner? I don't know. I mean, 2031 is like, that's like the future, man.
Truly.
We'll be able to download our consciousnesses into Tesla cars by then. It's going to be weird.
This is going to come to Bedfordshire, UK. And, of course, they're going to get the other parks. They're going to get Harry Potter. They're getting a Jurassic Park. I guess specific to England, they're getting Paddington Bear and James Bond as well.
In their own park or just as a ride?
In their own section, their own park, yep.
Mm. What's that James Bond? What's that like? Just martinis and sex?
You jump off of the dam.
Come to this family themed park for martinis and sex.
I don't know. Like, what's the James Bond one like? you get to shoot people and have sex? I don't know.
You kids go to Super Nintendo World. I'm fine over here with James Bond.
Yeah, I'm gonna get drunk and play Baccarat. That's what I'm gonna do.
Let's talk about this Mario line of stuff.
Yeah, for the kids, right? There's some free apps where you can basically stretch Mario's face again, like Mario 64, but on your phone and on Switch. Also, I guess it's coming to Switch as well.
Yeah, there's a line of products, not including that app, that are doing like toys and stuff too for like young kids. And it was a good idea. Makes sense.
It's like their Little Tykes line.
Exactly. Yep.
Is there like Mario themed diapers?
There probably have been Mario diapers before.
Yeah.
I mean, when you jump, sometimes you lose control of your bowels.
There's some like wood block things that look kind of cool. I mean, they're for little kids or whatever, but they're also actually amiibo. They're kind of nicely designed and everything.
So they're $50.
Yep, sure.
With Carpenter Edition.
Pretty much.
It's like the amiibo going backwards. Soon it'll be made out of flint.
It'll just be like a coin that you just scan it with. It's just the scanner part.
It'll just be a box of cereal.
We have that.
Got a case of it right here.
Just in case.
We should in the year 2040, we should all open our cereals and taste how bad they are.
And use milk from the same year that the cereal came out.
No, we don't want to die.
The breakfast.
The breakfast king has returned.
I mean, the old milk will kill us, so don't do.
Oops,
What the fuck happened there?
Super Mario cereal.
We should mention the Paper Mario anniversary, 25 years since that game came out. But that seems unreal.
Not really. I mean, that was a really long time ago. A lot has happened since then. I was in.
It's actually hard to believe that was an N64 game.
I was living in that badly iced cake wall apartment in Lincoln, where the walls didn't go up all the way. That was a terrible time. So I'm glad that was a long, long time ago. Even though we played some pretty good Tony Hawk 3 and Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
In that badly iced cake wall apartment. So I got that to remember. Goodbye. And the old Train Phil show was filmed there also.
Nintendo revealed the games playable at Gamescom 2025, including Metroid Prime 4.
Yeah.
So we're going to have impressions of that within the next month or so.
Well, I mean, keep in mind that Metroid Prime 4 was also playable at all of the Switch 2 events that happened 2 months ago.
Oh, yeah.
So it's not really, I mean, it could be the exact same demo that was at those other places. Because people did play it. I mean, I saw all the YouTube people that I follow play it. Like our friend Janet was even there playing it, and I watched a video of that too.
Yep.
So I mean, it's not like it hasn't been out there before.
I forgot about that. Yeah. A couple of the games, Hades 2, Elden Ring Tarnished Edition.
I think the weirdest thing is that Silk Song is on this list.
Yep.
The game that will never happen is on this list. Actually, I mean, there's videos on YouTube of from Nintendo Treehouse playing Silk Song from like 10 years ago. So I mean, sometimes when you play it, when I play like a video on YouTube, it'll just randomly pick one, and that was one time where it just started playing footage from Silk Song from Treehouse like pre-pandemic, and I was like, "What the fuck is this? Am I in like another timeline where Silk Song was released?" But no, they did a whole like Nintendo Treehouse playthrough thing of Silk Song, the game that's still not released, and it was like 8 years ago.
All right, I will continue not waiting for that game.
I mean, I just hope it's new stuff you could play, I guess, for this one. I mean, the most important thing about Gamescom is I think that Digital Eclipse will be there to show more stuff from the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection. So
is that the last stop on their tour?
No, they have two more, I thought, at least, because they still have 2 question marks that have not been unveiled. That's what the extra, at least, for the game. So I remember Gamescom being on there. No, it's PAX West, I think is the last one, because that's in like September, because you're going to be by there. And it's
that's
the
right,
one that's it's in Seattle.
Just miss it.
Like I said, you should go early and go for the show. I mean, you probably already got your tickets.
I already got my tickets, and yeah, I would go there and I would have like no money to spend. So
we'll just walk around and play demos for free, and then hopefully somebody will give you some free soda or something. You can find a soda fountain.
Nice.
What do we think that Nintendo's doing with this Joy-Con 2 patent for a crank and clickable wheel?
Playdate games on Switch too. I mean, I think that'd be kind of cool. I don't know. I hope it happens. I mean, yeah, let's do some weird shit. You're already like rubbing your Joy-Cons on your pants to move the wheelchair wheels. Like, let's do some other shit. It's a fish. We could have a fishing game. You could put some of those old Sega games.
Yeah, let's
from
do Dragon
Dreamcast
Drive
on
and
there.
Fish.
Yeah.
You shoot the ball in, and then you like power slide off to the left and cast your rod into the lake that surrounds the court.
Well, it's like that. It's like that Olympics game where you like swim and run and then shoot stuff, and you have to do all these different things. Yeah, make it like that. Where you're like you make a basket and then you go fishing and then you run over.
You're just constantly swapping out your Joy-Con peripherals during the game, like fumbling your.
I mean, that'd be kind of funny. And then you got to use the crank to raise a flag just for whatever reason. I mean,
it's just a middle finger that goes.
I mean, there was a Mario Party game like that. There's a mini game where you raise the flag like that. But
last thing I think is worth mentioning is that AOL is discontinuing its dial-up internet service.
Yeah, did anyone know that it still existed? Because I sure did.
I did not know.
I did not.
I didn't know.
I think I knew this like 5 years ago, but I just hadn't consciously thought about it, and apparently no one else did.
Do they still send those discs to people? I hope not.
I don't think so.
Yeah, you remember when those were like everywhere?
Everywhere, yeah. You just find them laying in the streets.
I had like a stack of 50 of them, like at my house when I was in high school, because we had just so many AOL discs. Just everywhere.
I used the Juno. Juno did that too, but Juno was free.
I remember Juno. Yeah,
we used that to look at porn on our school server.
Like pixelated pictures of ladies in bikinis.
Yeah, it was like still images of.
Yeah.
You wait 8 minutes for one picture to download. Look down the hall, make sure the teacher's not coming.
Right.
Yep.
Dial-up internet. I didn't think dial-up internet in general existed.
I wonder if there was just like one person left running it, like in this little like shack, and like the last Blockbuster kind of thing. There's just like one person, and they're just sitting there waiting for someone to tell them that. And they were like, actually, no one's been using dial-up for like 15 years. We forgot you were still working here.
It was like
you can shut it down. It
was like when they shut down the Wii U internet and people were just like sitting on Mario Kart or whatever, so they wouldn't shut it down. It's like that. They're just sitting there playing. They're just playing Doom Deathmatch online on their dial-up, so no one else can use the phone. They're just waiting. Like, you'll never take it away from us. It's much better than any of the new internets.
That iconic sound.
Yep.
You are Merle.
Yeah.
It says, as of 2022, 0.1% of American households still relied on dial-up access to the internet.
Wow.
0.1.
I mean, there's got to be somebody. There's somebody out there who does it.
I'd like to know how those people even were able to load the survey.
Yeah. Yeah. How did it even get to them?
Yep. Well, end of an era. Dial-up internet is dead.
I mean, is it just because? I mean, it could just because of AOL discontinuing it. Does that just mean it's all done?
No, I don't think so. I think it's just
Yeah, I
AOL
don't
no
think
longer
so.
offering it.
Yeah, because I mean, you could
And
still.
AOL was the iconic one, you know.
Yeah, I was surprised.
Because like
yeah.
in Australia, it's called like America Online Australia or something, or it was for a while.
Oh
That's
yeah,
funny.
yeah. I heard about that. Yeah, instead of just calling it like Australia Online, it's
You have to change the acronym.
It's still AOL. You could just call it Australia Online. Whatever. Anyway, yeah, I think we're good for this episode. Thanks to everybody for sticking around for this and for downloading 100,000 episodes. 100,000
Yeah.
downloads. That's pretty
Either
cool.
all of you or the one person of you that downloaded 100,000 episodes, which that's impressive if you did.
Yeah, and that was just tonight. No, that's
Yeah.
over like 10 years almost. So
I'm gonna say
so maybe it's not that
thanks
great,
to
but
all
still, I'm happy that we
100,000
got
of
there.
you.
I'm happy that we got there. And I might have downloaded a couple myself just to get it over. Because I was like, oh, it's 999. Get there. But then it was 4 or whatever. But cool. And yeah, and if you want to hear other episodes that are not a part of these downloads, go to patreon.com/NintenDomain podcast and you can hear our Donkey Kong ranking is up there. And I just did the WART radio for that as well, which I listened to it while I was mowing the lawn, and it was nice. It's a good thing to mow too. If you got to mow, listen to that. It's basically all the intros and outros.
Gamify your chores.
Yeah, it's intros and outros for all the episodes of NintenDomain, and it's a sick playlist. It's got a lot of good shit on there. So listen to that. And you can find us on Blue Sky at Trey Johnson and at Jared Domain and at NintenDomain also. And you can find us on YouTube at youtube.com/NintenDomain podcast. You can watch me play Dragon Drive on there. And also twitch.tv/NintenDomain podcast where I play Dragon Drive once and mostly Fortnite. So if you want to see my Thing Superman character, you can watch him on there. It's pretty cool to see him fly with his cape and his Fantastic Four shoes, which they had to give him 4 souls and all that. But yeah, we've been your hosts. I'm Trey Johnson.
Jerry Mikowski.
John Nitter.
And thanks everybody for listening. We'll see you next time.
See ya!
Word.